Welcome to Clydeberry Field on the campus of Henderson State University. We are in Arkadelphia, Arkansas for Game 5 of the 2016 GAC Baseball Tournament Championship. Field of 4, which is down to 3 and will be down to 2 at the conclusion of this one. Michael Westbrook along with Joey McWilliams and our entire GAC Sports Network crew. Thanks for coming back with us. Third game today features Arkansas Tech and Henderson State. No, we have not turned back the clock to yesterday, where these two teams played each other. They are meeting up again in the losers bracket game, Joey.
Well, the record looks a little bit different. That's all there is to that, as Arkansas Tech coming into this one 24-29, and Henderson coming in 30-24 right now. A little bit different look. And Henderson State, well, you know what, hasn't given up a hit in a while either, so that should be interesting to see how this plays out.
The Reddies will be the visiting team, occupying the first base dugout. The Wonder Boys, the home team, occupying the third base dugout. Hunter Mayall is the first batter for the Reddies, and he's behind in the count 0-2. Jordan Taylor to follow, then Hayden Lessenberry. The middle three of the lineup features Tadarius Hawkins, Joseph Gary, and A.J. Krusel. And the bottom three is Jared Gage, Luke McGuire, and Alex Morgan. Going against Lane Norwood. That one is swung on and missed for strike 3, dropped by the catcher. He will throw to first to complete the play for the first out of this contest. The numbers for Lane Norwood: a 4.1 ERA, 1 win and 1 loss in 17 appearances. He has 4 starts, no complete games, 26 1/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 23 hits, 16 runs, 12 of them earned, walked 19 and struck out 22. Opponents with a .219 batting average against him. And Jordan Taylor fouls the first pitch back for strike 1.
You know, it's interesting to watch the Reddies come on out here right now. 10 runs in that first game. Seems like this morning. It's been a while back, earlier this afternoon, and took care of business.
Wilson in left, Wheeler in center, Watkins in right, O'Neill at third base, Brady the shortstop, McDearman at second, Warden at first, and King behind the plate.
So they're hitting the ball really well against Southeastern pitching, and see what this Tech staff can do.
2-1 is skied high on the left side. O'Neill in foul territory, at the wall, dropped it. He leaned on the wall with his free hand and just took his eye off the ball the very last minute.
Speaking of Tech, you know, this is a Wonder Boy team that just got through playing right about 45 minutes ago. A very, very tough loss to Monticello, as they gave up a run given up in the 9th inning, top of the 9th, and couldn't tie things up in the bottom of the 9th there. So the mental game now a part of this one as well.
There's no doubt they took 2 polar opposite approaches to entering this game.
Oh, no question.
Strike 3 swinging for Jordan Taylor. Norwood has retired the first 2 on strikeouts.
Well, you know, and it's something like this, it almost has the feel of just a regular season doubleheader. These two teams have faced each other, of course, during the course of the regular season. The mental aspect, yeah, you can lose a game. You have to come back, turn around, play a second game. There are a couple of things about that make this a little different. This is an elimination game, number 1. And number 2, it was a tough loss. You have to shake that off and get it out of the system.
Monticello able to score a run in the top of the 9th inning, and they were able to shut down the heart of the lineup for Tech in order in the bottom of the 9th. Hayden Lessenberry at the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Lessenberry hitting .307. Has upped his batting average from .299. And that one down low for a ball. Lessenberry had 2 doubles in the contest against Southeastern. Hard hit ball from Lessenberry to left, but Marcus Wilson is right there and makes the catch. It ends the first half inning. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on for Henderson State. No score as Arkansas Tech comes to bat in the bottom of the first on the GAC Sports Network.
College students often talk about changing the world after they graduate. We are on a mission to do just that while still in school, applying academic excellence in our chosen areas of study in a range of undergraduate, graduate, and health science fields inspired by Christian values. Then taking those values into the world, equipped and focused on our mission to change it and ourselves for the better. Harding University.
Arkansas Tech coming to bat for the first time. A record of 24-30 now this season after the 4-3 loss to Monticello. Marcus Wilson leads things off. Dylan McDearman will bat second. Caleb Warden is hitting third. Middle of the lineup features Josh Watkins, Colin O'Neill, and Parker Odell. And the bottom three is Connor Brady, Blake King, and Seth Wheeler. They will go against Luke Tebbets. I understand suffered a bit of a foot injury, but is going to go in this one. A 4.02 ERA with 4 wins and 4 losses. In 15 appearances, all starts, he has 1 complete game. He's pitched 94 innings this season. First delivery to Wilson, misses low for a ball. He's given up 81 hits, 45 runs, 42 of those have been earned. He's walked 41 and struck out 75. Opponents have a .235 batting average against him. 1-0 to Wilson, misses low, 2-0. Wilson hitting .299. 28 runs batted in, 11 doubles, 2 triples, 3 home runs. On-base percentage of .438 here in the tournament. Grabbed by Jordan Taylor at third, over to first for the out.
Double clutch there. Able to hang on to it, played it safely, and part of what made that play too was his momentum carrying him from third over toward first. Actually made for a shorter throw.
Here's the defense behind Tebbets. McGuire in left, Hawkins in center, Gary is in right. Taylor at third, Cruzel the shortstop, Morgan at second, Mayall at first, and Jared Gage behind the plate. And Dylan McDearman, the second baseman, takes ball 1. .233 batting average for the freshman. Ground ball picked up by Alex Morgan, the second baseman, over to first. 4-3 put out this time. It's 2 up and 2 down in the bottom of the first. And it will bring up the first baseman, Caleb Warden. Our home plate umpire is Chris Booker. Mentioned yesterday he was the crew chief in the Division II World Series last year out in Cary, North Carolina. Brad Clark, the umpire at first. Daniel Rios at second. Patrick Griffin at third base. Griffin was behind the plate in our last game. Warden will take a fastball down the middle for strike 1.
You know, for Henderson State, Tebbets out on the mound right now, and you were talking about him suffering a bit of foot injury, something Coach Hooten said they just found out about on Tuesday. You're preparing a certain rotation for coming into a playoff series. That'll throw things off just a little bit, you know, and I guess it's fortunate he had at least 3 days to think about it. He wound up throwing the freshman in the first game of this Final Four, as he was able to get Zach Eschberger, and Eschberger gave him 7 1/3 innings and still gave up only 3 runs against Tech. Unfortunately, Henderson State didn't have the offense to go with it and lost that one 3-2.
So a win and a loss for each of these teams at this point in the tournament. 1-2 is a hard hit ground ball picked up by Alex Morgan. Lobs it over to first for the out. And Arkansas Tech also goes down in order in the first. After 1 full inning, there's no score between the Wonder Boys and the Reddies here at Clyde Berry Field on the campus of Henderson State University.
We explore dozens of complex subjects, but sometimes the world sees college students as being the same, lumps us together. That's okay, because the world may underestimate what we can do as strong, responsible, highly trained, and confident Christian professionals. And isn't that what the world needs? Qualities taught one-on-one and valued by us all in a place of faith, learning, and living. Harding University.
What makes Henderson a better choice in education? Is it the campus or the buildings? Is it class size or professors with PhDs? Is it the cost, the value? What is it about Henderson?
It's me.
A strong educational foundation from Henderson put Richard Jacobs on the road to becoming a doctor. Today, he's at the forefront of pediatric research and care. Henderson prepares today's students for tomorrow because what counts is what you become. Henderson State University.
On the grandstand, the turf seats here at Clydeberry Field. Again, that's a great seat as well. Camp out back there.
Easy. Bring the dog
back
too.
in the car.
It's nice.
Pet-friendly facility here. After an inning of play, there's no score between Arkansas Tech and Henderson State. And Tadarius Hawkins, followed by Joseph Gary and A.J. Cruzel. Middle three in the lineup for the Reddies. As Hawkins takes high for ball one.
Would you bring your dog?
Well, I would, but he's a bit wild.
Okay.
I don't know how well that would work out. Slow ground ball. Dylan McDearman, the second baseman, over to first for the out. The 4-3 ground out of Tadarius Hawkins. These two teams now playing each other for the 6th time this season. Henderson State swept all 3 of the Great American Conference games early on in the year, February 26th and 27th. Some very close games throughout. Arkansas Tech has taken the edge over the last 2 games, including that 3-2 tournament game yesterday, but they also won a midweek game on March the 15th by the score of 4-3.
Like those midweek games. Those are pretty cool. And they're not counted toward the GAC standings.
Which still confuses some people.
Right. But it's an opportunity to get an extra game in against a Division II opponent in region.
1-1 to Gary, misses outside, 2-1.
You know, you and I have talked about that recently, and pros and cons. There seem to be so many more pros about that and getting that extra game in.
Ground ball foul, 2-2.
You know, and it works differently because of the opponents in different states here in the Great American Conference sliding in to get that one.
Now
a little extra effort out there.
That is form right there on the run. Past the third baseman Colin O'Neill, a base hit into left for Joseph Gary.
And it has its advantages more probably than anything. Different though in Arkansas than in Oklahoma. A lot more NAI schools with baseball teams are pretty quality opponents as we see this rip again. And just past the extended arm of O'Neill. Dove for that one, couldn't quite bring it in. Some of the schools, the western side of the GAC may get to play some midweek games against maybe some other opponents on Arkansas side. Not as many NAI schools here. You're going to get that midweek game in. More likely you're going to get it in against a conference rival. You just can't count it against the standings. But for the in-region purposes, it does count. You know, if it's a win, that really looks good.
Absolutely. Here's A.J. Cruzel at the plate. Runner on at first and one out. And that one called a strike. 1-1 now the count.
I would think one more benefit to come from it too, Michael, especially in 2016, is if you can get a few of these games against conference opponents, the travel issue, not having to go too far to play an extra game, a midweek game, they're fairly close. And so that would help budget-wise as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's on everybody's mind. Budget conscious is just so prevailing a thought.
Definitely a big key at this level when you're talking about a 50-game regular season, you know. Hit and run was on there. Fouled back by Cruzel to make it 2-2. And Gary will retreat back to the bag at first. So Cruzel at the plate, 281 batting average, 30 runs batted in. He has 10 doubles, 5 triples, and 2 home runs. The 2-2 delivery, flied out of play. Troy Mitchell is on the same wavelength as me. I was just about to let everybody know a stat that the sports information director at Henderson gave me a couple of weeks ago. A.J. Cruzel's father is the manager of the Peoria Chiefs, a single-A team, minor league baseball. We're going to keep a close eye on their game tonight, by the way.
All right.
Cruzel battling at the plate now. Small lead off at first for Gary, and they will have yet another pitch upcoming. Cruzel in the contest against Southeastern managed a single. He also had a sac fly RBI in that big 4-run, 4-hit 5th inning. The 2-2 misses outside, and the count goes full to A.J. Cruzel.
Yeah, you talk about that, Michael, and in a no-hitter, I think that really the game was won on the mound. But that was a huge inning. I mean, and something like that, that also can mentally be an issue. You get up 5-0 like that, that could be demoralizing, and or get down 5-0 like that in a situation where you struggle to hit the ball. I think that actually worked to the benefit of Hunt even that much more on the mound.
Absolutely. Well, one, not that he needed it. He only threw 99 pitches, but it did give him an opportunity to rest during that inning. And had even much more to work with to help him relax. Jared Gage at the plate. Runners at first and second now for the Reddies, and only one out. And Gage will take down low for a ball, 1-0. Gage with a single in the game yesterday against Arkansas Tech. He went 1 for 4 in that contest. Skies this one high on the infield. Third baseman O'Neill is coming in. He's there to make the catch. You know, the play doesn't end when the ball is in the air. Did you notice Lane Norwood, the pitcher, and Connor Brady, the shortstop, both racing to the bag at third just in case O'Neill was to have dropped that one. Didn't want those base runners to advance.
Exactly. Well, and not only that, they were getting away.
Yep.
They'd been called off. They were also getting away.
Luke McGuire at the plate now. 2 down and 2 on.
I think the best place to go is to get on base somewhere and wait for the ball to be thrown in. You know you're out of the path of the person that's called you off.
McGuire with a couple of hits here in the tournament, and he's been hit a couple of times. He was hit twice and struck out twice, also with a ground ball out in the game against Southeastern. He managed 2 singles in the win over Arkansas Tech. McGuire hitting .333 this season. He's recorded 16 runs batted in, 8 doubles, a triple, and a home run. Norwood having a bit of trouble finding the strike zone right now, but he'll go down the middle on that one. McGuire taking it all the way, and it's now 3-1. 340 down the lines, 365 in the alleys, and 390 to straightaway center field. Hitters count for Luke McGuire. Comes up empty there, and the count goes full now. It has been a beautiful day for baseball here at Clydeberry Field. We're at 81 degrees with a west-northwest wind of 5 miles per hour. Still a little bit of sun and just a few clouds in the skies.
Not as much humidity around here as it was yesterday, so as the sun goes down a little bit more, it's going to cool off here for these fans who are here for Game 3. They need a few blankets.
Payoff pitch, fouled out of play. The rain we had yesterday morning left a little bit of humidity behind. But like you said, it's cleared out and couldn't have asked for much better weather. It's not 100 degrees like we've had before this time of year, some of the tournaments.
That is true.
Well, some long at-bats taking place here for the Reddies at the plate against Lane Norwood. And that one just misses the plate. The bases are loaded. 2 walks in the inning plus a single. And the Reddies have something cooking here with Alex Morgan coming to the plate. And 2 down. Opportunity for the 9-hole hitter, a sophomore, to put some runs on the board early for the Reddies. From right down the road in Little Rock, Arkansas. Transfer from Southern Arkansas University. 1-0 delivery from Norwood way outside. A good backhand stop from Blake King, the catcher. It's 2-0, and King will have a mound visit with Lane Norwood, and a big spot in the game early. We're in the top of the second, no score. Both teams went down in order in the first. That's not the case here in the second frame. Chris Booker, the home plate umpire, will go out to break up the visit, as the first baseman Caleb Warden also came in for the discussion. Gary is at third, Cruzel at second, and McGuire over at first.
Now Morgan and McGuire, 9 and 8 hole respectively, just creeping up on 100 at bats this season.
2-0 pitch to Morgan, taking for a strike. It's 2-1.
And Morgan, I mean, it's not as though there was a long stretch of play and not play. We've seen that some other players who've seen time near the end of the season.
Slow ground ball on the infield. Who's going to come up with it? Third baseman O'Neill to first in time. A 5-3 ground out. No runs on one hit and 3 left on. We are through an inning and a half of play. No score between Arkansas Tech and Henderson.
Opportunity begins here.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
Seize your opportunity. Soar to new heights with our nationally accredited aviation program.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern's renowned education program has launched thousands of teaching careers.
Seize your opportunity.
From occupational safety, health, and business to behavioral and natural sciences.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
SC.edu.
Log on now
And seize your opportunity.
Bottom of the second inning, no score between Arkansas Tech and Henderson State. The Reddies left the bases loaded in the second inning after a single and a couple of walks. And now Josh Watkins will be up first for the Wonder Boys, followed by Colin O'Neill and Parker Odell. After the top three in the lineup went down in order on 3 ground ball outs against Luke Tebbets. First pitch swinging down the line to right, and it's foul. That one will go out of play. Arkansas Tech getting to this point by defeating Southwestern out in Weatherford in 2 games in the opening round. And then a win over Henderson State 3-2 and a loss to Monticello 4-3. The Reddies, meanwhile, on this very field, defeated Southern Arkansas in 2 games. That was the 4-5 matchup of the opening round. And then, of course, with the loss to Tech, dropped down to take on Southeastern. And the no-hitter earlier today by Chris Hunt, a 10-0 victory over Southeastern. And here they are in this one.
You're talking about Henderson getting that win against Southern Arkansas. Tebbets got the win in game 1. And prior to that, though, for the Ace, it's been a little while since he had picked up a win. Had 4 more appearances with the pitcher of record twice and picked up a couple of losses. One against Oklahoma Baptist, one against Ouachita. And his win prior to that, let's go all the way back to April 1st against Southwestern at Weatherford.
That one swung on and missed. Josh Watkins goes down swinging. Well, we talk about teams playing well down the stretch. Chris Hunt had lost his first 6 games, or started the season 0-6, and has now won 6 games in a row. Pitching coming on as of late for the Reddies. Colin O'Neill is at the plate.
You know, from listening to Coach Hooten and him saying that, they're finding out on Tuesday that his ace was not going to be playing, it makes for a little bit different. You have to think that it is likely Tebbets would have started game 1. I don't think there's any reason to think, though, that Hunt doesn't start game 2, though.
Right.
I mean, Eschberger doing what he did, and not to take away from that.
Colin O'Neill, hard hit ground ball picked up by A.J. Cruzel, back behind second base, throwing on the run, 2 up and 2 down in the bottom of the second.
That having been said, it's likely Hunt was going to be in the position he was in earlier today anyway, to get the no-hitter, just as that's where the rotation would have fallen. So what a fantastic day for him. What a great opportunity, and you know, really a memorable moment.
Parker Odell having a bit of a discussion there with the home plate umpire before his at-bat begins. 5 up and 5 down so far for Luke Tebbets. And this one will float into left for a base hit.
That's the first time since the 8th inning of Game 1 for Henderson State that the Reddies pitching staff has given up a hit.
Just a Texas Leaguer bloop single for Parker Odell. 2-out base hit will bring up Connor Brady. Shortstop hitting .263 with 9 batted in, 1 double. That one crosses the plate for a strike, 0-1. Coming up in the 3rd inning, we'll be joined by Christina McSweeney, the head softball coach at Arkansas Tech, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Here comes the 0-1. Ground ball on the infield off of a couple of hops, picked up by Cruzel to Morgan, covering the bag at second, and it ends the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base, and after 2 complete, there's no score between Arkansas Tech and Henderson State.
College students often talk about changing the world after they graduate. We are on a mission to do just that while still in school, applying academic excellence in our chosen areas of study in a range of undergraduate, graduate, and health science fields inspired by Christian values. Then taking those values into the world, equipped and focused on our mission to change it and ourselves for the better. Harding
Henderson State coming to bat here in the 3rd inning at Clydeberry Field on the campus of HSU. It's Hunter Mayall, Jordan Taylor, and Hayden Lessenberry, top 3 in the lineup. No score after 2 complete. Michael Westbrook joined now by Christina McSweeney, the head softball coach at Arkansas Tech. I'll try not to get Golden Suns and Wonder Boys confused too much during this inning, Coach. But first of all, let me say congratulations on another very successful year for your team.
Thank you very much. It has been an incredible season. The things we've been able to do have just been phenomenal. Super excited with our performance and looking forward to next year already.
Hunter Mayall trying to get on base for the first time here for the Reddies. He struck out his first time up. Lane Norwood pitching into his 3rd inning of work. 41 wins last year, and a lot of people probably said, hey, that's a great season. In fact, from a conference standpoint, we've now had 10 teams. As this one is hit to left, it's going a long way. It 1 hops off the wall, and Hunter Mayall has a stand-up double. The conference has had 10 different times a team win 40 games or more. Well, you did even better this year, 49 wins. And what was it like being able to improve on last year?
I think a lot of it had to do with our seniors. Cam Hill, Sam Herwick, and Kelsey Barker, their goal was to make it to a regional and to a super regional. Cam has told me several times, Coach, I'm not stopping until I make it to a super. So I think that was a big, big thing for us this year.
And, of course, as Jordan Taylor bats here with a runner in scoring position. Right through the middle. That's a base hit. Let's see if they send Mayall. They are going to. Here comes the throw from Wheeler. It is up the line, and Mayall scores standing up. So it's a RBI single for Jordan Taylor. The game's first run comes here in the third inning. You had just a superstar in the circle in Jalissa Gum, nation's leading ERA. What she did this year, phenomenal. I don't know what else you can say about her.
Jalissa it's funny because nobody really knows that her freshman year and her sophomore year, all she wanted to do was pitch. And she battled back from a major injury her freshman and her sophomore year where she got limited time in the circle. So for her to get a chance to do what she did is what I told her everybody missed on her. I mean, nobody knew from Red Rock, Oklahoma, what a star I had on my hands. So.
Now, of course, you coached prior at Seminole State. Did you have some of those connections there maybe to be able to find that Oklahoma star? Or?
Yes, it helped.
Yeah.
And Jalissa actually, I recruited her while I was at Seminole.
Okay.
And she's a very bright young lady, high ACT, and did phenomenal things on her scores and stuff. So when I was able to get into a 4-year, it was a no-brainer for her to come play for me.
Hayden Lessenberry at the plate for the Reddies. A run across in the inning, nobody out, and Jordan Taylor on at first. An elimination game here between the Wonder Boys and the Reddies. You make it all the way to the Super Regional. You're hosting the Super Regional, and I'll just throw one question out there. You know, Southern Arkansas were able to take the series there, and it's pressure-packed games. I know that. I was able to see the first one. What is it like being, a third base coaching box in the dugout? What's it like down on the field there, Coach?
The pressure is actually, it's at the highest level at that moment. Being, at third base and trying to make decisions and trying to make, find ways to manufacture runs against two very, very, very solid pitchers at SAU was very challenging, as you all were able to watch. But, it was fun. I mean, just fun. I enjoyed every second of it, and I'm so grateful that my team got me to where I was at. But I will say this, SAU they're going to do some big things here this next week.
Tadarius Hawkins at the plate with one out and one on. He's behind in the count 0-2. We had a question that came in earlier. We're trying a new segment here, Ask the GAC, and it was which sport has seen the biggest improvement in the 5-year history, and Joey and I both said we thought it was softball. I mean, I think what you've been able to do and what some of the other teams have been able to do to kind of elevate softball onto the national platform. What do you make of the Great American Conference and this league in general with these teams we have?
I will say this. It was posed to us, how we can improve the GAC after the first year. And, it was a vying force behind us to go out there and make a name for our conference. So a bunch of us coaches went out and did the best we could, and now, we're a force to be reckoned with, to have 2 teams to finish as far as, SAU and we did. And after the regional and the super regional, I don't think that anybody in our conference couldn't have gone and made some noise in those areas. So it's exciting to be in such a competitive conference, and really a good amount of coaches in that league.
Hawkins is out at the plate on strike 3, and down to second goes the runner. Hawkins is out. First base was occupied, and so he strikes out swinging, but Taylor is able to advance on the wild pitch, and so the Reddies have another runner in scoring position. We're in the top of the third, 1-0 the score. Henderson stayed on top with 2 outs. We're visiting with Christina McSweeney. She's the head softball coach at Arkansas Tech, just completed her 4th season in what was the program's best year ever, 49 wins and 11 losses, right, Coach? That's a good record right there.
Yes, it's funny, my graduate assistant, Whitney Robinson, was a standout athlete for me the 3 years that that I started with the program. And she tells me, well, Coach, get on him. And I said, well, Whitney, we've only lost 11 times.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot you can say. So, yes, fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
I don't want to mask some of the other great players that you have. I obviously talked about Jalissa Gum and what she did, but you still got some young players around, don't you, Coach?
Absolutely. Janie Knowles, our catcher, she's actually an infielder, and we lost 2 of our catchers just on transfers and little things like that. And she literally sat me down one day and was like, Coach, I'm going to catch for you.
Wow.
And I thought, okay, because we were kind of in a hole. So, yeah, Janie does an absolutely fantastic job behind the plate and really grew into the position. Sarah Coronado, my shortstop, incredible job this year. And we had a couple more, Sydney Henson, Ashley Henderson, just absolutely done things you never expect from young ones.
Well, and Paul Smith has told me that Sarah Coronado is going to take my job one day, or maybe she's going to be on late night TV somewhere.
She's quite a personality.
Well, that ends the inning, and Coach, you want to stick around for another half inning with us?
Sure.
All right, so we'll take a break. It's 1-0, Henderson with the lead, and we'll come back with Coach Christina McSweeney here in just a moment, back on the GAC Sports Network.
College is my time to find myself and start my future. That's why I chose SWASU. Going up.
15 nationally accredited academic programs and nearly 100 clubs, all for me.
Thanks to this state-of-the-art nursing lab, he'll be better in no time.
And our brand new Pioneer Cellular Event Center for sports, concerts, and cool events.
All for me!
Oh, it's for me. The focus is you.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
For me, that means getting the degree I need for the life and career I want. And it also means being part of something more, a tradition since 1909 with successful graduates in business, industry, medicine, every walk of life. Here, I can be part of that tradition. A future, a legacy, and a great college experience. It all comes together here at UAM.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
Now, we didn't tell you were going to be on camera, but wave to everybody from our outfield cam. Got the commissioner in the background. He's going to go stage right now, I think, and step out of the shot. Christina McSweeney, the head softball coach at Arkansas Tech, just finished up her 4th season. We're at Clydeberry Field on the campus of Henderson State University, where the Wonder Boys now trail for the first time, 1-0. That sounds like it could be a score in the softball tournament. So, Coach, there were a lot of zeros put up in that softball tournament. Some great pitching. I want to go back to Sarah Coronado first, and then we'll get back to the pitching. There's a base hit for Blake King. He has a leadoff single. You know, it's a long year, and I think I was going to say a player like her probably helps keep things loose throughout the year. I know she's just probably a fantastic athlete, better to be around off the field too.
Yes, Sarah is the epitome of what I call just a clown. She keeps it light, loves softball, keeps this little swag that she has going. She absolutely loves attention and does a great job in it. Yes, Paul Smith started the Sarah Coronado show.
I've seen it online.
Yes,
yeah.
And it's kind of a joke because she does love that attention, and I've constantly been like, Sarah, it's not the Sarah Coronado show. And then all of a sudden now we started the Sarah Coronado show. So she loves it, and she's a great ball player, and I'm very blessed to have her.
Seth Wheeler at the plate for Arkansas Tech. A leadoff single from Blake King, so nobody out. And a runner on at first. Well, if we keep having these late nights in the softball tournament, then we'll bring her on to have her own segment, I guess.
Absolutely. She'd be fantastic. Now, you did talk about that score.
Yeah.
If you think about the Mankato pitcher, and all our All-American stuff just came out, and Jalissa made 3rd team All-American, which is fantastic. We had a couple more softball players in the GAC make All-American honors, and that's been, to me, that's the most exciting thing. Just so many schools represented. You had SAU, you had us, and you had Henderson, actually.
Right, yeah. Well, and that speaks to the improvement of the league. We were told earlier, 4 All-Americans this year. Well, there had only been, I think, 3 in the previous first 4 seasons. This could be a fantastic double play, and it is just that. Alex Morgan at second base. Look at this one more time. Throwing to A.J. Cruzel. And on to first just in time.
Good job, Reddy!
A double play clears the bases with 2 outs. You have any sort of thing you do to try to get things going for your team, or?
Well, don't count my Wonder Boys out.
Okay, all right.
My Wonder Boys are going to find a way. Marcus is kind of our spark plug, is what I've heard.
Yes, that's right.
So Marcus, you never count Marcus out. And neither of these Wonder Boys. I know they've kind of had a rocky season, but they are, without a doubt, a wonderful group of young men to be around. Very yes ma'am, no ma'am. My husband is actually their athletic trainer. Shout out to him. But don't count my little Wonder Boys out. They've got a lot of heart, and they've fought their way through this, and I'm excited to see what they do this game.
Well, ball and a strike and a long ball to right center field, and that one is up off the top of the wall. There's the spark plug. It's a 2-out double for Marcus Wilson. Put a charge into that one, just missed a home run. Maybe that'll get Arkansas Tech going. We're in the bottom of the third inning, a 1-0 Reddies lead. Christina McSweeney, the head coach of Arkansas Tech softball, on with us right now. And again, I just look at that and go, I'm trying to do the math real quick. 90 wins, I think, the last 2 seasons for your team. And it's been incredible to see what Arkansas Tech has done, back-to-back postseason appearances. What was it like this year being a host in 2 different rounds?
I liked it, but I didn't like it. If you saw our road record, we were undefeated on the road. So I had to magic some things this whole little host session that we had. I made the girls try and do some road things. I get on the bus, and I didn't let them drive to the field, so it was kind of fun to do different things like that to get them in it.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming on with us. Congratulations on a good year.
No problem. Thank you so much. Come on, Wonder Boys.
1-0, Henderson State with the lead after 3. We'll be back here in just a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
What's your lucky number? 7, 13. How about 3, 6, and $5.99? The $5.99 meal deal is here at Subway restaurants, and it's your lucky day. Pick from 3 different 6-inch subs with chips and a drink for just $5.99 at Subway restaurants. Think of the options: 3 different subs, your choice of chips, and your favorite 21-ounce drink. All for just $5.99. Make $5.99 your new favorite number with the $5.99 meal deal. Only at Subway.
How to spot a boll weevil. Boll weevils can work in groups, are highly intelligent, and thrive in any environment. And more important, every boll weevil has a bright future awaiting wherever they go. And that's how you spot a boll weevil.
Arkansas Monticello in the driver's seat of this tournament, but right now they're on the turf seats. Pretty excited about where they stand or sit right now. We're in the 4th inning, and to take you through those middle innings, here's Joey McWilliams.
Henderson State's A.J. Cruzel up to bat right now. Of course, 1-0 the score. Reddy's on top in this one.
Thanks to Coach Christina McSweeney for coming on and joining us last inning.
Nice to get to hear her, and what a season they had, Golden Sun softball team.
I was hoping it would have been one of those really organic moments, though, when I asked her, what do you do to kind of get the team motivated? I thought she might start singing or starting a softball chant. I didn't quite get that.
2-1, Cruzel takes it to left, and on his horse, back to make the catch is Wilson. Wilson, boy, tell you what, put himself in a good position with that double there. 2-out double, not able to get on in. That's the second time we've seen him quickly around the base and get the stand-up double here today. He had one in the previous game.
He was playing in on that last play, but he can cover a lot of ground in the outfield as well. Easily able to go back and make the play.
Now batting for Henderson State, taking the 1-0 is Jared Gage. Gage the catcher. I hear you over here trying to do quick math. All by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so.
All right.
I was able to add it up to 90.
Well, I'm glad you did. Takes that for a ball, 2-0 the count now for Gage. And Gage puts that on the ground, right back to first base. The toss to the pitcher, and Norwood's able to make the catch for the putout. 1-3 as Warden watches that come on into him. 2 down now, top of the 4th inning. Luke McGuire now. And McGuire was hit by a pitch earlier today, and we did get numbers on that back in 2014 during the Great American Conference Tournament. And that in 11 games in 2014. Is that correct? Okay, in 11 games in 2014. 39 hits by pitch. Already here in 2016, there have been 38. Now the difference is because they're a little bit different formats, so there's already been 14 games. So the numbers don't exactly correlate. However, we are going to set a new record, I'm sure.
We'll adjust for inflation here in a
will.
minute. Yeah.
Thanks to Eric Moyer for those numbers and always being willing to listen to me for requests like that. 3-0 the count now.
That's what happens when we take you off the broadcast for interviews. You find ways to get some numbers thrown in the mix.
Well, McGuire gets on base again, but this time he doesn't have to take a ball to the side. Get in. Another ball, another walk. I know 2 in this game, but I mean, he's been hit earlier today.
Yeah.
That's his second base on balls here in this one. I don't know. You get on base any way you can, but some of them are a little more painful than others.
Yeah.
At least during this tournament. So McGuire's on first now with 2 outs, and Alex Morgan comes back up. Morgan started that fantastic double play just a moment ago. 4-6-3. Flip back and the bare hand toss. That was nice.
It was a Sports Center top 10 play.
Morgan gets a bat on that one into left field. That's down for a single. And Morgan will hold up there because McGuire has to stop at second now. Looking like the possibility of a 2-out rally here for the Reddies. Top of the 4th.
First baseman, number 25, Hunter Mayall.
And Mayall coming back up. Mayall had a double back in the 3rd and struck out in the 1st. 1 for 2 as Norwood is going to be the subject of another discussion on the mound.
3 stolen bases for McGuire, and the left fielder's got a little bit of speed. At first base, you got Morgan 4 for 4 with stolen bases. Remember, he turned a single into a double in the game against Southeastern late in that game in the 8th. So a base hit here with 2 outs. They'll be running on contact. They might be able to score a couple.
A little bit of activity going on in the Arkansas Tech bullpen. John Beck, right-handed freshman, and that activity has become more than just activity. As Beck is going to be coming out, we're going to take a break, and we'll give you the numbers on Mr. Beck here in just a moment, back on the GAC Sports Network.
College students often talk about changing the world after they graduate. We are on a mission to do just that while still in school, applying academic excellence in our chosen areas of study in a range of undergraduate, graduate, and health science fields inspired by Christian values. Then taking those values into the world, equipped and focused on our mission to change it and ourselves for the better. Harding University. We explore dozens of complex subjects, but sometimes the world sees college students as being the same, lumps us together. That's okay, because the world may underestimate what we can do as strong, responsible, highly trained, and confident Christian professionals. And isn't that what the world needs? Qualities taught one-on-one and valued by us all in a place of faith, learning, and living. Harding University.
John Beck on the mound now for the Wonder Boys. And he has runners on first and second base with 2 outs, trying to get out of this inning. Beck, a freshman, right-handed pitcher with a 4.11 ERA. This will be his 11th appearance this season, record of 0-1. 15 1/3 innings pitched, and he's given up 18 hits, 10 runs, 7 of them earned. He's walked 3 and struck out 13. And he's going to be facing Hunter Mayall. Mayall again, as we mentioned just a moment ago. 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Mayall 301 on the season. Finds a way to get on base. On base percentage, 429. And that's good enough for tops for the Reddies.
Leading off, first baseman number 25, Hunter Mayall.
Mayall, just another member of that crew from Bryant. Been such a big part of this Reddies success, I guess is the best way to say it. I'd say it's a successful season if you make it to the Central Region, come away with the Central Region Championship and make it on in. Nationals semifinalist.
A lot of guys who've spent a lot of time on the field for the Reddies, not a whole lot of one-year transfer type guys.
Beck fouls that one off, 1-1 now. It's McGuire at second base, who reached by way of a walk. And then a single left for Alex Morgan. He's at first. Beck's pitch. Swing hit there for Mayall. Able to get past the second baseman. 1 run is going to score. So Mayall on the single will get an RBI. And Henderson State, visitor on the scoreboard. Home team, though, to the fans here. Many fans have stuck around to watch the Reddies play once again.
Yeah!
It's a 2-0 lead right now. Mayall again with the single as we watch this.
Mayall really starting to make solid contact. Diving effort from McDearman, couldn't come up with it.
And Morgan rounded second, made it all the way to third off that as well as the ball went out in center field, excuse me. So Morgan in scoring position, 2 outs. And the hit by Taylor to McDearman, and he's going to be thrown out at first. But Henderson State is able to get a score, 1 run, 2 hits, and 2 left on the 2-out rally. And we'll be back at the bottom of the 4th here on the GAC Sports Network.
College students often talk about changing the world after they graduate. We are on a mission to do just that while still in school, applying academic excellence in our chosen areas of study in a range of undergraduate, graduate, and health science fields inspired by Christian values. Then taking those values into the world, equipped and focused on our mission to change it and ourselves for the better. Harding University.
That's what you get when you have a 2-0 lead in an elimination game, and it's been baseball all day long. You have to dance a little bit every now and again. It's a good thing there's no studio cam up here, or press box cam.
Yeah, that's our dance after we complete 3 games. We do that routine. No, well.
Luke Tebbets on the mound. And his first offering, a rip into right field for Colin O'Neill, and senior first base. So Arkansas Tech wasting no time. First pitch hit, single for O'Neill. And that's going to bring up, excuse me, Caleb Warden, I apologize. Josh Watkins coming up. That's when you look and see the 1-5 instead of the 4-5. Still looking at numbers on jerseys as Josh Watkins comes to the plate. That's the football broadcast, the basketball broadcast mentality. You look at the numbers on the jersey. So forgive me, Caleb, for seeing the 15 instead of the 45. Watkins, I do know now at bat. And the 0-1 taken. 1-1 the count now. Watkins and then O'Neill coming up. So O'Neill will actually be in this inning.
You weren't too far off.
I wasn't too, no. And Watkins hits that one to center field. Racing back to try to find it. It's not going to happen. Josh Watkins with a 2-run dinger here, and it's going to tie things up. Straight out to center field for Josh Watkins. And that extends his lead for Arkansas Tech. In the home run category, it's his 7th of the season. And just like that, this one's knotted up once again.
Kind of wondered when Watkins would get things going. He's got some great numbers. Leads the team in doubles and home runs. Oh, that one went a long way.
Sure did.
Of course, I think Darius Hawkins wanted to try to climb the wall. I think he was getting ready to try to go for it.
Well, Tebbets has to calm down now and try to make something happen once again. He's done a fair job so far. That 2-run shot ties things up. So now, Colin O'Neill. Down in the count, swings at that one, and fouls it off. Still 0-2.
It's been a long day for several Henderson State Reddies. 6 in particular that all graduated today. Darius Hawkins getting his master's degree, 5 others their undergraduate degree. They've also had to play 2 baseball games now.
That's a full day. O'Neill lets that one go and sits down.
Hayden Lessenberry, A.J. Cruzel, Luke McGuire, Nick Vantio, and Jared Gage all graduating. Several of the school's graduation ceremonies took place last week. Does that mean the Reddies are smarter? I don't know. Went to school an extra week? I don't know. Throw that out there.
Wow.
Maybe they had some other days off.
Coming up now for Arkansas Tech is Parker Odell, designated hitter, and that one's high, fouled, and it's caught. Wow, what an incredible grab. Absolutely fantastic. Jordan Taylor, he's at third base here in this game, game 3. Played first base earlier, now he's at third, and what a grab.
Over that new brick wall. Able to make the catch, stay in play. What a catch.
2 down now. Tebbets now. You get that home run out of your system and start firing the heat once again. There's a strike for Tebbets. At bat now for Tech, Connor Brady. And that one, a strike as well. He's brought the heat on the last 2.
Yeah, after the home run to Josh Watkins, he settled back in.
I think that Taylor catch goes a long way too. And the heat the 3rd time, and Brady on 3 pitches will strike out swinging. 2 runs scored though for Arkansas Tech. 2 hits and nobody left on. We'll go to the top of the 5th in just a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
We explore dozens of complex subjects, but sometimes the world sees college students as being the same, lumps us together. That's okay, because the world may underestimate what we can do as strong, responsible, highly trained, and confident Christian professionals. And isn't that what the world needs? Qualities taught one-on-one and valued by us all in a place of faith, learning, and living. Harding University.
Minor correction on my end is Jordan Taylor at third base. It was Corbin Taylor from Southeastern playing first base in the previous game. So sometimes that's a casualty of 3 games in a day, so please forgive me.
I do. I forgive you.
Glad.
I don't know about the rest of the viewing audience, but I bet they will.
All right. Well, appreciate that. Hayden Lessenberry now, bat for Henderson State. Lessenberry 0 for 2 on the evening. Flew out to left field and struck out in the third. 2-0 as he watches that come in. Takes that for a ball as well. 3-0 the count now. Lessenberry has an active hit streak right now. And that went in for a strike. As Lessenberry is his hit streak now at 10 games. And he's going to get to base though this time, and so that streak lives as well. He has now reached base safely in 20 consecutive games. The hit streak will have to wait just a little bit, but he's reached base now in 20 consecutive games, and so he's on first right now, leadoff batter in the inning, and that's going to bring up Tadarius Hawkins.
Joey, look at the scoreboard. It's identical, 2 runs on 5 hits for these two teams. I would say this is what we expected. During the regular season, Arkansas Tech lost the first 3, Henderson State sweeping that conference series by the score of 6-5, 6-3, and 4-3. And then Tech able to win the next 2, 4-3 and 3-2.
Exactly. Hawkins showed bunt. Decided to pull that back. 1-1 now the count. You know, another thing about the similarity, too, even in the game that took place yesterday, it was a 3-2 game. Both teams had 10 hits.
Right.
And we're at about the halfway point. In this one, both teams have 5 hits. Let's let that one go. 2-1.
A late run for Arkansas Tech in that game. They scored a run on 2 hits in the 8th inning.
That one fouled back. Count goes to 2-2. Ready scored a run in each of the 3rd and 4th innings. Now here in the top of the 5th, nobody out. And after Hawkins, Gary will come up, and Krusel as well, if he has that opportunity. 3-2 the count. Lead off at first, and Hawkins gets a piece of that one to center field and back deep, able to make the catch for Arkansas Tech. Seth Wheeler. Brings up Gary now. 1 down, Lessenberry still at first base.
Hawkins definitely putting a charge into that one. A lot of ground covered by Seth Wheeler.
These two played yesterday. Gary was 1 for 3. He did have an RBI, a walk, and a run scored. On the afternoon so far for Gary, though, he's 1 for 1, or 1 for 2 now, excuse me. Lessenberry again showing a little bit of jump at first base. Not a lot of threat to steal from Henderson, except from Hawkins, who was just retired. Lessenberry has attempted to steal a base 3 times this season, been successful twice.
And we've learned in this tournament that he was a college quarterback, so might have a little speed there.
That is true.
May have been a pocket passer the times he passed. They ran the option, so didn't get a whole lot of opportunities there either.
Now the 1-2 to Gary. And Beck steps away. Looks Lessenberry back. And over the course of this year, even for Henderson State, Lessenberry's stolen base and attempt numbers look similar to the rest of the starting lineup. And Gary gets a bat on that one, and Wheeler's going to have to come up. There's a one hop right in front of him. Lessenberry will move on to second, and Gary now has a base hit.
Seth Wheeler able to make that last catch on Hawkins, but here he was playing deep on Joseph Gary, and that one just blooped into center.
So A.J. Cruzel will be batting this inning. Cruzel hitting .281. Started and played in all 54 games for Henderson State. And Cruzel gets a bat on that first pitch. Right back, first baseman. And now
it was a foul ball.
They say it was a foul ball. Okay. Lots of confusion through there. It was a well-hit foul ball.
Coach Hooten asking for an explanation from our home plate umpire, Chris Booker. But he immediately pointed and told everybody to go back.
Let's watch the replay here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they did, okay. And excuse me. So the balk is what is called.
The pitch won't count. All right.
Thanks for the replay there. I thought that if that was a foul ball, I don't know what it hit, but it was well hit to the first baseman. Balk is in fact the call. The runners do advance now. So Lessenberry in third, Gary at second. And Cruzel gets a bat on this one to left field. Wilson's going to have to run back to make the catch. Does over his shoulder. The throw back in. Lessenberry will come in. And on the sacrifice fly, Gary moves over to the third. Cruzel did his job. Pretty nice catch by Wilson as well.
Yeah, great catch. I mean, he was playing in with the left-handed batter at the plate. And now what is happening?
Well, Gary made a move for home. And so the home plate umpire moved back as if the ball was still in play for Gary to come in, and the third base ump, I believe, signaled that play was dead. So Gary goes back to third. Lessenberry scored. Henderson State now up 3-2. And just in case Gary left second base too quickly, Beck threw it back to second. Tag was made. Amp says no.
Yep, Daniel Rios at second base watching that one closely. But the balk definitely in play there, Joey, because it would have been first and second. They may have still tagged up, I don't know, because Wilson was going back as far as he was. It's an easier play for him to throw into third, but because the runners were at second and third, able to get a run out of the deal.
Now Jared Gage batting, and 2 consecutive strikes, finds himself quickly down in the count. Gage flew out in the second inning.
But yes, give Wilson credit. It's a 4-2 game if he doesn't make that catch.
Watches that one low. 1-2 now the count. 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. And the Reddies have scored a run now in each of the 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings. Take that lead. Lessenberry had gotten on base with a walk. And it was a hit from Gary. Gary now on third, like to come in. That one taken for a ball.
You're also seeing a couple of teams who do not want their season to end. As one team scores, the next team comes back with a run or two, and that might go back and forth throughout the rest of this one.
Beck's offering on the 2-2, fouled off. Yes, this is an elimination game. Neither of these two teams showing up in the regional rankings. And so to continue play this season, each team needs a win. Here's the 2-2, swung on and missed. That brings this inning to an end. But Henderson State gets on the board again. 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th here, the GAC Sports Network.
Opportunity begins here.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
Seize your opportunity. Soar to new heights with our nationally accredited aviation program.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern's renowned education program has launched thousands of teaching careers.
Seize your opportunity.
From occupational safety, health, and business to behavioral and natural sciences.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
SC.edu.
Log on now
And seize your opportunity.
College is my time to find myself and start my future. That's why I chose SWASU. Going up.
15 nationally accredited academic programs and nearly 100 clubs, all for me.
Thanks to this state-of-the-art nursing lab, he'll be better in no time.
And our brand new Pioneer Cellular Event Center for sports, concerts, and cool events.
All for me!
Oh, it's for me, it's for me.
the focus is you.
We started this in the early portion of the evening, and it's officially a night game now, at least according to the bright Friday night lights. How about that? Here at Arkadelphia on a Friday night.
The 13th.
The 13th, no less.
And we did see a little bit of a weird inning last inning.
I think we did. You know, we've seen some interesting things here today. Actually, have seen a no-hitter already today. Odd inning. Well, really, the only thing that happened, bright lights there. Those are new, by the way,
That's right.
here to Clydeberry Field. Look very nice.
Yes, they do.
Nobody was hit with a pitch that inning. That also, I guess, made it weird in and of itself.
That's true. Yeah, I guess so.
And we're at the bottom of the fifth. Blake King hitting .243 coming into today. 1 for 1 on the evening. A single back in the third. Gets a bat on that one. And that one's taken well foul. You'd have to work really hard to get some of these foul balls up the hill into where some of the folks had parked. But that one was well on its way. 1-2 the count now to King. And that one hit high. This one might be playable, and in fact it is. Hunter Mayall with the catch. One down here in the inning.
4 straight retired by Luke Tebbett since giving up that shot to center field to Josh Watkins, the 2-run home run in the 4th.
I really settled down since then. Now batting for Arkansas Tech, a hit and caught by Hawkins out in center field, and Wheeler hit that one straight to his counterpart. Just a little hit and catch right there. Looked like batting practice, or get out there and warm up in the field, and coach hits him out there. You barely have to move, and that's what Wheeler did.
That's an effective pitch for Luke Tebbets.
Now you go back to the top of the lineup. Marcus Wilson, 1 for 2. Had a double, stand-up double in his previous at bat back in the 3rd inning. See if Tech can get another 2-out rally going here.
Seen some good defense from the Reddies in this game. Remember the 3rd inning where Wilson had that double. Inning actually started with a single from Blake King, but he was eliminated on a double play. How much differently would the inning have been had there not been the double play? Wilson comes up and gets the double. They may have scored a run there.
Exactly. Foul that one off. 1-1 now the count for Wilson. Takes that one for a strike. 2-2. Wilson 4 for 5 twice this season. And in the previous game, reached base 4 out of 5 times. Although had only 2 hits, and that one soundly to center field, going back, and it's gone. Hawkins can't chase that one down, and Wilson nearly to second base by the time that one cleared the fence. And another home run for the Tech Bats. And this one's tied up again.
There was no doubt about that one for Marcus Wilson. 365 to the right alley, 390 straightaway center, and he got all of that and more. And again, we go back and forth as one team scores, the other counters.
Both of the counters so far from Tech have come by way of the long ball. So Dylan McDearman now takes a strike in his first look. Tebbets offering once again, that one a little outside. And McDearman waiting and watching another strike go by. 1-2 now the count. McDearman 0 for 2 on the night. Both ground outs. Puts that one on the turf as well, but that one's fouled back. It's been a fun one to watch, though.
Absolutely.
As we get another look at this here. Fouled off the plate, and the bat comes around. That doesn't feel good at all. Gage takes that one side of the face. And that was why McDearman was checking on him. That one low. Outside, so now 2-2. Can't have any lead feel comfortable right now on either side. And Tebbets goes well outside for that one. Now full up is the count with 2 down here. Nobody on for McDearman. That one fouled out. It doesn't look like here in the 5th inning that there's any slow or any drop off to the speed, the pace, and the strength of Tebbets here. And doesn't look any worse for wear either. I mean, if as the injury kept him out of the starting position just 1 day ago, hasn't shown any signs of that injury right now. And that one taken for a ball. A little wide, a little outside. And McDearman will go to first. Caleb Warden now.
You know, I'd say it's been fun to watch the script play out exactly how we kind of thought it would, with all the games being so close between each other. And boy, you talk about drama. 3 runs on 6 hits for both sides. Nothing decided about halfway through.
Well, Warden reached base with a single in the 4th. And then Watkins made sure he got home with that 2-run home run. Coach Cody Hooton will come out to the mound, and discussion will ensue.
Activity in the bullpen for the Reddies. Blake Patterson, a freshman from Benton, Arkansas.
Another freshman in that Reddies pitching staff. I think at this point in the year, and I've heard people say before they're not freshmen anymore. I disagree with that. They're still freshmen. I mean, you keep that moniker throughout the entire first year. However,
graduation's taking place.
Well, did the freshmen graduate?
No, I guess not. I thought maybe they advanced to sophomores.
They may advance, but
give me a hard time.
That having been said, though, I mean, you know, still it's still freshmen, but at this point in the season, you don't really talk about the future as much because, well, they've lived out a year. And the future's still bright, but the future is now. We may see that in a moment. Fans making sure they're still hydrated out there.
Kind of been wanting to see Patterson pitch. A team best 2.45 ERA. He's struck out 59 batters this year out of the bullpen.
You're going to have to wait just a little bit longer as Tebbets stays on the mound. And Warden.
Reddies fans are hoping I have to wait a little longer too, I guess,
would
right?
imagine, yes. Warden watches that one a little high. 1-0. takes that one for a strike as well. Warden leads the team in hits with 64 on the season. Second, though, in RBIs. He's 29. Behind Watkins, who now has 38. And Tevitz throws the first. Going to keep McDermott honest.
His base hit in the fourth was a big one, that's for sure. You think, well, leadoff single, but what followed?
Exactly.
Josh Watkins' 2-run home run.
And there we have Warden hit. And
so now it's a normal inning.
Yeah, now we've gone back to normalcy here. I believe it was Warren G. Harding that said that, a return to normalcy. So now we're quoting presidents from the turn of the century, the previous century. Actually, that was in the 20s, excuse me. I don't want to go too far back. But
right.
We have a return to normalcy, and actually that did tie that record. 39 batters hit by pitch. That ties a GAC tournament record. And Watkins, the big shot in his previous at-bat, that tied things up at 2-2. Well, an RBI or any kind of long ball here would untie the knot. 1 for 2 on the evening. 2-run home run. A little earlier takes that one for a strike. 0 for 2. 0-2, excuse me.
Timely hitting can make a difference in a ball game. Arkansas Tech went first 2 outs in the inning. 3 straight have reached. They're 3 for 7 with 2 outs in this contest.
McDermott with a lead at second. There's the pitch, and Watkins puts that one high in the air. 2 outs, runners are still running. Someone may call it. Finally, Hawkins does, as that one nearly went into orbit, but finally came back down. 1 run off 1 hit, 2 left on, and we head to the top of the 6th inning. It's tied up at 3 here on the GAC Sports Network.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes, you can.
For me, that means getting the degree I need for the life and career I want. And it also means being part of something more, a tradition since 1909 with successful graduates in business, industry, medicine, every walk of life. Here, I can be part of that tradition. A future, a legacy, and a great college experience. It all comes together here at UAM.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes, you can.
Beautiful evening here at Arkadelphia, as quickly getting back out is Beck, who's going to face McGuire. And first pitch is a ball, second one taking a little low for a ball as well. Luke McGuire has reached base safely twice, and both by way of the walk. However, McGuire did score in the 4th inning. That's the run on the board there for Henderson State there in the 4th. 3-3 the score. And McGuire has 2 balls and 1 strike now. Make it 3-1. McGuire hasn't had to swing the bat yet to get on base. And he will not with this appearance. 3 trips to the plate and 3 walks for McGuire. And that brings up Alex Morgan. You know, Michael McGuire, forgive me, 333, leads the team in the batting average, and his on-base percentage at 409. Man, from the 8-hole, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you're Henderson State head coach Cody Hooten, you'll take that. Guy gets on base.
Now Alex Morgan shows bunt. executes down the first baseline. He may beat this out, and he does. Give him the single, give him the hit, and once again, McGuire gets on base by a walk and gets advanced to second, and this time, that is a fantastic job by Morgan. Put it in a perfect spot, and Warden just couldn't get over there quickly enough.
Well, and also, I think he was going to stay at first base, anticipating that the pitcher would field and then toss it to him. When he realized that wasn't going to happen, he had to go after it, and the runner was already by him.
You've talked before this weekend about split-second decisions, and that one was a tough one. And once it didn't go the way that he wanted it or thought it might go, had to make another one quickly. We see activity now in the Tech bullpen.
Ryan Vrudrink is warming up again.
Yes, we saw him in the last game.
I had an inconsequential question for you earlier. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there now.
Okay.
I'm glad I didn't then because of the bunt that took place. Have you ever heard of Bobby Bones?
I don't think I have.
I was looking through notable alumni from Henderson State.
Okay.
He has his own radio show based out of Nashville. It's a country show. He's famous for something that he shouldn't be famous for.
All right.
I'll get to that at some point here.
Hunter Mayall swings on the first pitch. That one goes deep to center field. And Wheeler's back there to make the catch. Runners will go. Morgan sliding into second. He's safe. And McGuire safely to third. Mile. Want to put that one deep into center field. Did what he needed to do. The sacrifice fly advances the runners. One down here. And runners in scoring position as Jordan Taylor comes up. This is the fourth plate appearance for Taylor. He's 1 for 3. The single back in the third.
As Coach Dawson makes his way out of the dugout, I'm going to tell my Bobby Bones story if you don't mind.
Please do.
So he has this country radio show based out of Nashville on October the 24th, 2014. You might know that as World Series time. He was actually on the air during Game 2 of the 2014 World Series. And accidentally set off an EAS test for an emergency alert, which trickled down through his affiliate stations. Bottom line, at the end of the day, it caused a $1 million fine for iHeartMedia.
My goodness.
For the incident of the emergency alert system. So, and he gave the commencement address today.
Wow.
So how about that?
Wow. That information from Troy Mitchell. The 125th anniversary for Henderson State. Bobby Bones gave the commencement address.
Hunter, did he address his emergency alert system story? No. But Hunter Lively did help give him the Wi-Fi access.
Okay, well, that's pretty neat. That's pretty interesting, actually.
He's also part of a band that helps raise money for charity for Haiti and for St. Jude. The band is called the Raging Idiots.
We have a new pitcher as that story is coming to an end. New pitcher.
It is over.
Okay, new pitcher is coming to the mound. Let's take a break, and we'll be back with the numbers in just a moment here on the GAC Sports Network.
What's your lucky number? 7, 13. How about 3, 6, and $5.99? The $5.99 meal deal is here at Subway restaurants, and it's your lucky day. Pick from 3 different 6-inch subs with chips and a drink for just $5.99 at Subway restaurants. Think of the options: 3 different subs, your choice of chips, and your favorite 21-ounce drink. All for just $5.99. Make $5.99 your new favorite number with the $5.99 meal deal. Only at Subway.
How to spot a bull weevil. Bull weevils can work in groups, are highly intelligent, and thrive in any environment. And more important, every bull weevil has a bright future awaiting wherever they go. And that's how you spot a bull weevil.
Jordan Taylor now comes to bat as he's facing Ryan Verjink for Arkansas Tech. We saw him in the previous game, and Taylor, watch the first one come through for a ball. 1-0 the count now. 3-3 the score. Henderson State with one out here in the top of the 6th inning, and runners in scoring position at second and third. And Taylor takes a mighty cut at that one and misses. 1-1 is the count right now. And so to reset this, Luke McGuire at third base, Alex Morgan at second for the Reddies, and just one down. And Taylor, swing and a miss again. And the infield now, a bit of a shift around here as you see the shortstop, Brady, nearly on second base. And they're expecting Taylor to take this one to the right side of the field. There's Brady right there, standing really close to second base. Now he's moving over just a bit. That's not just to keep Morgan at second.
Taylor limping around a bit near home plate as that one was fouled off of his leg. Coach Hooten is coming to check on him.
You saw Verjink in the previous game and had 2/3 of an inning pitched against Monticello. Gave up one hit. And that was it. Took care of business in his time on the mound. Verjink now steps down, looks back to third. Make sure that McGuire stays there. Here's the pitch to Taylor. It's outside. 2-2. Shift still on now. Brady moves over. McDermott about midway between first and second. And once again, Verjink stepping down to keep McGuire in place. 2-2 the count. Wow, Taylor watches that one outside.
Just off the plate. Good eye from Taylor.
You know, there's been no lead safe here. It's back and forth as this game has gone on. Specifically here, starting in the 3rd inning. Ready to put at least one run on the board as Taylor puts that one into right field. It's going to be caught, and here comes McGuire into home. The relay over to third, and Morgan there in time. So Taylor with the sacrifice fly. Catch made out in right field by Watkins. The throw back, and Warden with the relay over to third. Morgan on third now. 2 down. And for the 4th consecutive inning, the Reddies have put one run on the board. We'll see if it stays at 1 or if Lessenberry is able to make something happen here. Lessenberry reached base earlier on a walk, and he's 0 for 2. That inside almost hit him.
Reddies have left 7 on base as you start to get into the later innings. Those runs become even more crucial. The base runners more crucial. Sac fly RBI could go a long way here in this game.
That one taken as a strike. 1-1 now the count.
Important thing there was contact. Don't strike out. You got a chance to put something in play and get some runs.
Lessenberry swings that one. It's high. And Warden over will make the catch. 1 run for Henderson State for the 4th consecutive inning. 1 hit and a runner left on base. Back at the bottom of the 6th here on the GAC Sports Network.
College students often talk about changing the world after they graduate. We are on a mission to do just that while still in school, applying academic excellence in our chosen areas of study in a range of undergraduate, graduate, and health science fields inspired by Christian values. Then taking those values into the world, equipped and focused on our mission to change it and ourselves for the better. Harding University.
You know, for an intense game, it's a relatively calm crowd here tonight. Tebbett still on the mound, though, for Henderson State. And Colin O'Neill batting now. For Arkansas Tech, O'Neill 310 now in the season, as he struck out in the 4th inning. And also grounded out back in the second. 0 for 2. O'Neill gets a bat on that one. One hop to third base. There's the throw and the out. Nice toss over to first from Jordan Taylor, who's been playing third base for a while.
That's right. A couple of games anyways.
At least.
But he has played first base this year.
That I did find out. Did actually step in as Mayo was injured for a little while, and Taylor stepped in for a game or two. So that's not, I'm not that far off the mark. And Odell now takes a strike.
I'm a little bummed I had the opportunity to talk to a band member of the Raging Idiots today, and I didn't take advantage of that. You know, think about that for just a second.
I'm telling you, the vivid images that come to mind. Peel down to first. And didn't get the bat around, so 1-1 the count for Odell. I don't even know where to go. Sorry.
I just stopped you down completely.
It was a stop down. 1-1 to Odell, and swings the bat again. That one fouled high up over the press box. And, you know, for Luke Tebbets tonight, he's given up 6 hits, 3 runs. A couple of them went yard. Still solid heat on what he's throwing in now in the bottom of the 6th. Tebbets on the season, 4.02 ERA, and that one hops into catcher's mask. Gage looks around for it, finds it, says somebody else can get that. 2-2 the count. Dale gets a bat on that again, fouls it over the first base dugout.
Only 3 runs for Arkansas Tech, but they have come on the long ball for a team that has played a lot of small ball so far. They've had some big hits in the last couple of innings.
Odell once again, 2-2. Tebbets offers this one up. Odell, one hopper this time to shortstop. And that one, throw not to be made in time, and Odell with a single. That was a solid job. He sent Cruzel back far enough. He couldn't make the throw in time.
Shortstop number 1, Connor Brady.
So Connor Brady now comes to the plate with 1 on and 1 down.
Yeah, definitely a tough play there. Shortstop going a long way, almost towards the outfield. Speed at first for Odell.
Brady 0 for 1, struck out in the 4th. Reached base by way of the fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning. We've seen his speed. That's Odell at first. And Tebbets throws over there to keep Odell in check. Tech runners a little bit more likely, you would think, to maybe want to attempt to steal. And Henderson State bunch as Brady hits that one foul. Odell is 5 for 5 in steal attempts this year. You get Brady up there, and he's 11 for 13.
Brady just missed an extra base hit down the line.
1-1 the count now It's Arkansas Tech's turn.
That's right.
Henderson State's put the run up, and Tech has answered in each of the previous 2 innings. Tie things up, and Brady swinging a miss there, 1-2.
Well, the bottom 3 in the lineup for the Wonder Boys, just 1 hit. Single by Blake King in the 3rd inning, so you'd like to see the bottom of the lineup get something done in this contest.
Big lead for Odell. Brady awaits the 2-2. Gets that one off the top of the bat to second base. The pitch over and in time. So Odell is out.
One of those split-second decisions there. I wondered what Morgan might do, and he had just enough time to get that lead runner.
You're right. No chance for the double play to be turned, though. Morgan gets Odell out, and now Brady at first. Again on the fielder's choice. Brady may take a chance. See if Tebbets tries to keep him honest at first as well. Batting now is Brady. Excuse me, sorry, King. Blake King.
A lot of times they say you don't want to make that 3rd out on the bases, but you know, I think close game like this, try to get something going. Tebbets has thrown a couple in the ground in front of home plate. You got to at least be ready to move. Maybe not go completely for the steal.
2 down, here's the 1-0. And Blake King will watch that one come across.
Also trying to turn the lineup over to the top of your lineup, though, so 2 outs, you probably go ahead and let Blake King just try to move him around.
King, a sophomore from Phoenix, is Tebbets once again keeping check on what Brady's able to do. There's the 2-0. Now 3-0.
Tebbets having a bit of trouble here against the 8-hole hitter. That's the last thing Henderson wants, is for him to reach.
Exactly. He's going to do it, and do it by way of a walk. So that brings up Seth Wheeler. Hit it on a line to center field in his previous at-bat.
Center fielder number 8, Seth Wheeler.
Now a little conversation as Gage goes out, and he'll speak with Tebbets. Activity in the bullpen for Henderson State, but Coach Hooten's not a part of this conversation right now. Just a little friendly gathering on the mound.
Earlier it was Blake Patterson warming up, and he'll be warming up again for the Reddies. How about the GAC logo on the back of the hats for the Henderson State Reddies? I noticed that they also have it on the sleeve there. I like that look.
Well, I'll tell you, there's another place that you might not think about, but I saw Coach Hooten taking care of this today. And if you can guess where the logo is, I'd be surprised. I was surprised by this too. Tebbets with the pitch. Swing on that one. It's fouled off.
Are we talking uniform?
No.
Okay. On the field somewhere.
It is on the field somewhere. And I was going to visit with Coach Hooten this morning before the first game, and I saw him taking care of these. Has the Henderson State logo and the GAC logo on it.
Yeah.
And that one in the dirt. Runners are going to look to advance, and that's exactly what they do. Brady goes to third. King will go to second. And now it's a situation.
Well, just what I was talking about. Tebbets has pitched a great game, but he's wearing down here a little bit in the 6th, and he's had a couple of iffy throws. Tech base runners were ready for it.
Brady looks like he's ready to run at any point in time. And again, King now at second. So here's the 1-1 from Tebbets. That one taken for a ball. Well, with 2 outs here in the inning, let me let you know where it is in case you didn't know that. He was actually applying it to the sides of the bases. Each one of the bases. And there's a little slot there and an opportunity for the stickers to be on the bases there. And there is a Henderson State logo on one side and a GAC on the other. A hit there into right field. The catch is made, and the inning comes to an end. And so Tebbets gets out of that one. And no runs were scored. No hits, no errors. 2-1 for the Wonder Boys. Left on base. We go to the 7th here in just a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
We explore dozens of complex subjects, but sometimes the world sees college students as being the same, lumps us together. That's okay, because the world may underestimate what we can do as strong, responsible, highly trained, and confident Christian professionals. And isn't that what the world needs? Qualities taught one-on-one and valued by us all in a place of faith, learning, and living. Harding University.
What makes Henderson a better choice in education? Is it the campus or the buildings? Is it class size or professors with PhDs? Is it the cost, the value? What is it about Henderson?
It's me.
A strong educational foundation from Henderson put Richard Jacobs on the road to becoming a doctor. Today, he's at the forefront of pediatric research and care. Henderson prepares today's students for tomorrow, because what counts is what you become. Henderson State University.
Back here at Clyde Berry Field, and you can see the GAC logo there on one of the bases. That's pretty cool. Henderson State logo on the other side. There it is on the other side there. And so a nice look, very good touch as we come to the top of the 7th inning. And to take us home on this broadcast, here's Michael Westbrook.
There's a marketing lesson in that right there, a branding lesson for Henderson State.
Or given by Henderson State.
That's right.
Actually, aren't you in marketing?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. Didn't know if
when
you
I'm
were...
not here doing all of this. Yeah.
Just checking.
4-3 is the score as Arkansas Tech holds the lead. 4 runs on 7 hits so far for for Henderson with the lead. And Tech 3 runs on 7 hits. It threw me off seeing the Reddies on the scoreboard there, I admit it. Hawkins, Gary, and Krusel, 3, 4, 5 in the batting order for the Reddies here in this frame.
Visitors on the scoreboard, home team in their hearts.
There you go. I love it when my lines get used by other people. No, I'll let you take credit for that one.
I'll give you all the credit from here on out.
Here comes a 3-0, and that one in for a strike. And we saw Fox 16's Chase Shannon out here earlier today covering the Henderson State 10-0 win over Southeastern, the no-hitter. And they ran a couple of stories on the Super Regional Softball Tournament between Arkansas Tech and Southern Arkansas. They may or may not have used one of my lines in that as well.
There you go.
Hawkins draws a walk.
Chase does a good job, by the way.
Absolutely. We always appreciate any extra coverage that the GAC can get. Joseph Gary is 2 for 3, singled in the 2nd inning. Got time called for Blake King to go talk to the pitcher, Ryan Verzink. Well, not 100% my line, that Fox 16 used.
I understand.
Eric Moyer had a little bit to do with it as well. And now Coach Dawson is out of the dugout. Let's see if we have a pitching change here. He is looking down into the dugout. We have not seen any indication yet from Dawson. It's Brandon Boslov is the pitcher warming up, the junior from Arlington, Texas, out of Crowder College. And we are going to have a new pitcher after all, so it's a 4-3 game Henderson State with the lead on Arkansas Tech in the top of the 7th. We'll step away for just a moment and return with the numbers on the new pitcher here on the GAC Sports Network.
Opportunity begins here.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
Seize your opportunity. Soar to new heights with our nationally accredited aviation program.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern's renowned education program has launched thousands of teaching careers.
Seize your opportunity.
From occupational safety, health and business to behavioral and natural sciences.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
SC.edu.
Log on now
and seize your opportunity.
Brandon Boshlov, the sidearm pitcher for Arkansas Tech, takes over. He pitched in the last game against Arkansas Monticello, and in that 9th inning, the Boll Weevils' Guy Halbert was able to reach on an error by the third baseman. Then a sacrifice bunt. Boshlov was out of the game. Vergink came on after that. And Boshlov ended up taking the loss in the contest against Monticello just a little while ago. His numbers this season, a 5.2 ERA. In 21 appearances, he's pitched 27 2/3 innings, giving up 25 hits, 16 earned runs, 9 walks, 14 strikeouts. Opponents with a .269 batting average against him. And he will face off against Joseph Gary. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Henderson State with a 4-3 lead on Arkansas Tech.
Yeah, that run, not earned.
Right.
But still, Boshlov, pitcher of record. And it's, you know, in there for 3 innings, it didn't seem like that long. It seemed like he'd come in a little bit later than that, but got in there midway through the 6th inning.
Gary fouling that one back. It's a 1-1 count.
You know, it's still odd to look at that. The run not earned, gave up no hits.
Right.
And still wound up taking the loss.
Check on the runner over at first. Gary a single in the 2nd and a single in the 5th. Joseph Gary entering this contest with a .260 batting average. Runner going. Pitches a ball. The throw down is late. It was actually there on time, and then sliding past the bag was Hawkins. Went all the way past the bag, but was able to get back before the tag. Let's see it again.
Got that foot back. Watch the slide. Goes completely past the base, and he got there in time. Had to inch his way back with his foot.
He backpedaled there.
He did. He got back safely. That's his 33rd stolen base of the season.
He's been caught only 3 times.
And that does lead the Great American Conference in stolen bases.
So a runner in scoring position for Henderson in a 1-run ball game. That's an important run. Hard hit ground ball on the third base side that will go foul. There's also nobody out.
By the way, Henderson State as a team leads the conference as well in stolen bases.
Any chance Hawkins tries to swipe third here? Wouldn't surprise me. Of course, with his speed, a base hit into the outfield could score him. Or do you think about bunting here to get a runner over? Of course, Gary's had a hot bat. Of course, He's got 2 strikes now as well.
That's true. Don't want to think about that.
He's
bunt
going.
here.
It's outside for a ball. There's no throw.
Oh, wow.
A stolen base again for Tadarius Hawkins. How many did you say? Make it 34,
Make it 34.
now. I saw that one coming. And he is now at third and nobody out. I don't think he's going to try to steal home.
Never say never.
3 balls and 2 strikes. And that is ball 4. Well, part of the reason it allowed Hawkins had the edge there, the sidearm delivery, a little bit slower to the plate. And it puts a lot of pressure on the defense too. So now it's runners at the corners and nobody out. Back-to-back walks here in the inning.
You don't want to just give up a run and say Hawkins is going to score.
Krusel laying down the bunt. Here comes Hawkins. There will not be a play at the plate or at first base. Henderson State has scored 1 run. At third base is Joseph Gary. Infield base hit bunt for A.J. Krusel.
They haven't charged the error to anyone just yet. The error has been charged, but nobody came up. One of the fielders there, no one covered first. And the toss from first base to no one in particular, and so it goes awry. Gary slows up at third.
E3 on Caleb Warden. That's the 10th base hit for A.J. Krusel this season against Arkansas Tech. That leads his team. Single runs in each of the last 5 innings for Henderson State. Going back to the third.
That's what I want to say. Minimize the damage here. You don't want to just say Hawkins is going to score with no outs, but now Gary's at third with no outs. And so the damage is not minimized there. And matter of fact, it's aggravated or worse off the error.
3 straight have reached and the ball has not left the infield. Back-to-back walks and an infield single. Gage at the plate with a 1-1 count. Talked about Henderson State leaving runners on base. They're trying to capitalize in a big way here in this inning. They've left 8 on in the contest, and that's the result of the single runs. They've had opportunities to put a crooked number up there. Got another opportunity here in this inning, a 2-1 count to Jared Gage. He's 0 for 3. Last time up, a strikeout in the 5th inning. Takes outside, 3-1 the count. There is activity in the Arkansas Tech bullpen right now. Isaac Hale, the freshman from Aledo, Texas, is warming up. 3-1 to Gage. Fouls it out of play, and the count goes full at 3-2. Well, a base is open, but here's the thing. You get to Luke McGuire, he's been on base every time. 3 walks. There would be nowhere to put him if Gage is able to reach on a walk. Time called on the mound.
Well, with Gage here, I think do your best to see if you can get him to ground out here, possibly see if you can pull the double play. Get him to swing that bat here.
Outside ball 4. Third walk in the inning. Also an infield single, 1 run across, and the base is loaded for Luke McGuire. Gary at third, Krusel at second, Gage at first. Boslav, the 4th pitcher used for Arkansas Tech. He has yet to record an out. The 3 batters he has faced have all reached. Again, Luke McGuire coming to the plate. He has scored a run. That was in the 4th inning. He's walked 3 times. First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. Infielders all in, trying to cut off a run at first. And that one misses for a ball, 1-1. Walk in the second, in the fourth, and in the sixth. That one topped foul, ball and 2 strikes now.
I think he scored twice.
Yeah, on the sac fly RBI from Jordan Taylor in the 6th inning. Both of them big runs.
They have the lone run on the board in each of those innings.
1-2 to McGuire. Ground ball on the infield, stopped by McDearman. He has a play at first. That'll be it. Joseph Gary scores. Henderson State takes a 6-3 lead.
Now, McDearman couldn't get 2. He did make the stop. Couldn't pull it cleanly out of his glove. Does get to throw it first. So now 1 down.
Purcell advances to third. Gage goes to second. And after 4 innings in a row with single runs, Henderson State cracks the scoreboard for 2 here in the 7th. And they lead 6-3. Here's Alex Morgan at the plate. Infield is still in. That one hits the corner for a strike, 0-1. A bunt single for Alex Morgan back in the 6th inning. Also had a single in the 4th. He's working on a 2-for-3 day. A 1 low. There's Morgan again, a little upset with himself. He would have liked to have just stood in there and taken the hit by pitch, but he jumped out of the way of it. Natural instincts kicked in. And we have those instincts for a reason.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know what?
That's your line, isn't it? That one swung on and missed. It's 1-2.
I think in another situation, maybe a previous game, he might would be a little bit more frustrated. But, you know, in this one, he's 2 for 3. Had a couple of singles. I mean, he's been able to put the bat on the ball tonight. I think given the opportunity, he'd rather do it again.
Fouls that one out of play.
They've done some damage here already in the 7th inning.
6 runs on 8 hits, no errors for Henderson State for the game. 3-7-1 the line for Arkansas Tech. That one misses low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Numbers for Morgan entering this one, a .216 average for the sophomore. He's driven in 7. 4 doubles out of his 21 at-bats, or 21 hits. That one a hard foul ball over on the first base side. Bounces off the top of the brick and all the way back into the infield.
Pretty nice. Looked like some fans over there, too. It was fortunate that it stayed low and bounced off the bricks.
Absolutely. Henderson State looking for a few more runs. Activity still continuing in the Tech bullpen. And here's the 2-2. That one will be fouled away. So the winner of this one advances to tomorrow's 1 o'clock game against Arkansas Monticello. The Boll Weevils will need to win just 1 game to be the 2016 tournament champions. Whoever comes out of this game will have to win twice. As this one is down the right field line, past Caleb Warden, it's a base hit. 1 run is in, A.J. Cruzel scores, Jared Gage scores, and Alex Morgan has a 2 RBI single. And it plates some insurance runs for the Henderson State Reddies.
Yeah, this one is broken open. And there was just a small gap for that one to go through and still stay fair, and it did just that for Alex Morgan.
Seventh batter of the inning, Hunter Mayall. He's coming to the plate. Mayall struck out his first time up, double and a run scored in the 3rd. RBI single in the 4th, and a fly out to center field in the 6th. Want to know the count.
Now Mayall already A much better game.
Right back through the middle. That's a base hit. Well, the Reddies are rolling right now.
Yeah, the floodgates have opened up. And this one
Third baseman number 10, Jordan Taylor.
doesn't look like it's over anytime soon. This is half inning. You know, you go back to the opening of the half inning. One of the balls on a pitch in the dirt and allowing an extra base for Hawkins. Able to steal second, go to third. And then the error at first base, which allows Hawkins to score and then Gary to come on around with still no one out. And those, I think, were really the two big key plays there that allowed everything else to follow.
Dave Dawson out of the dugout again here in the inning. It's a 4-run inning so far for Henderson State. They have now hit double digits in hits. 8 runs on 10 hits for the Reddies. Meanwhile, 3-7-1 the line for Arkansas Tech. We'll have a new pitcher. We'll tell you about him in just a moment. Stay with us on the GAC Sports Network.
College is my time to find myself and start my future. That's why I chose SWASU. Going up.
15 nationally accredited academic programs and nearly 100 clubs, all for me.
Thanks to this state-of-the-art nursing lab, he'll be better in no time.
And our brand new Pioneer Cellular Event Center for sports, concerts, and cool events.
All for me!
Oh, it's for me.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
For me, that means getting the degree I need for the life and career I want. And it also means being part of something more, a tradition since 1909 with successful graduates in business, industry, medicine, every walk of life. Here, I can be part of that tradition. A future, a legacy, and a great college experience. It all comes together here at UAM.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
Bryson Morris enters the game for Arkansas Tech. He's a senior from Cabot, Arkansas. It's a 4-run inning for the Henderson State Reddies, and they're not done yet with just 1 out. As the 8th batter of the inning is coming to the plate, it'll be Jordan Taylor. Numbers for Morris this year, a 7.45 ERA in 15 appearances, has pitched 9 2/3 innings, giving up 9 runs, 8 of them earned. He has walked 9 and struck out 7. So Alex Morgan at second base. Hunter Mayall is at first. And Taylor, who had a sac fly RBI his last time up, is going to be plunked here. The first
40.
pitch from Bryson Morris.
Number 40.
Wow.
That's an inauspicious start, though.
Yes. Off-speed pitch, just got him on the backside.
We all have a little more padding there. It's by design.
So Hayden Lessenberry is going to bat with the bases loaded, but first a conversation with Coach Hooten. Mayall goes to second. Morgan is over at third.
And the official making sure he knows where everyone is. Now the ump has to keep tabs on things.
Absolutely. 9th batter of the inning. Lessenberry trying to break it open even a little bit more. His team leading by 5. As that one misses down low for a ball. Lessenberry flew out to left field the first time up in the first inning. Struck out in the 3rd, walked and scored a run in the 5th. Popped up in foul territory in the 6th. Here's the 1-0 to Lessenberry. Takes out the knees for a strike, 1-1.
You know, at the start of this game, and he still has a 10-game hitting streak active, going on right now. Needs to get a hit here to see if he can extend that. I wouldn't have thought that he would have more than 4 opportunities at the plate, the way this game was going and the way it was being pitched. And we're looking at number 5 right now, and there's quite possibly an opportunity for a 6th, the current course and speed.
This was a 1-0 game after 3 innings. Here comes the 2-1 to Lessenberry, puts a charge in it to left. It's a base hit. Alex Morgan is going to score. Here comes Hunter Mayall as well. It's a 2 RBI single for Hayden Lessenberry. And the Reddies have put double figures on the board. 10-3, they lead Arkansas Tech. They have batted around here in the 7th.
Center fielder, 7, Zadarius Hawkins.
That brings Zadarius Hawkins to the plate for the 2nd time in the inning.
Lessenberry on the season now. He's tied with Jordan Taylor for leading RBI. He has 31 now with those 2.
Hawkins walked a little while ago, and he put a lot of pressure on the defense by stealing 2 bases. Took 2nd and 3rd. A walk and a single and a walk followed him, and the inning has been going ever since. 0-1 to Hawkins. Swung on and missed. He was looking for the home run there. Hawkins does not have a hit in this game.
Nope.
Fly out to left, a strikeout, and a ground out.
Has a run.
Yep. 0-2 to Hawkins, low and outside. Now 1-2 the count. He also has 34 stolen bases this season after 2 in the inning.
They're going to let him swing here, it looks like.
Taylor the runner at 2nd, Lessenberry over at 1st. It's 6-run 7th inning. 1-2 is on the corner, called strike 3.
Right fielder, number 21, Joseph Gary.
Hawkins becomes the 2nd out of the inning. And you know, everybody through that first time had a productive at-bat, whether it was a single or a walk or a big 2 RBI hit. Even McGuire, who recorded the first out, got an RBI on his ground out.
Right.
Now Joseph Gary at the plate.
It's tough to keep up that productivity into your 11th batter.
Hard hit ball. Good stop by Colin O'Neill, and he'll touch third base to end the inning. A 6th spot on the board for the Reddies in the top of the 7th. We've hit the 7th inning stretch where Henderson State leads Arkansas Tech 10-3.
What's your lucky number? 7, 13. How about 3, 6, and $5.99? The $5.99 meal deal is here at Subway restaurants, and it's your lucky day. Pick from 3 different 6-inch subs with chips and a drink for just $5.99 at Subway restaurants. Think of the options: 3 different subs, your choice of chips, and your favorite 21-ounce drink. All for just $5.99. Make $5.99 your new favorite number with the $5.99 meal deal. Only at Subway. What's your lucky number? 7, 13. How about 3, 6, and $5.99? The $5.99 meal deal is here at Subway restaurants, and it's your lucky day. Pick from 3 different 6-inch subs with chips and a drink for just $5.99 at Subway restaurants. Think of the options: 3 different subs, your choice of chips, and your favorite 21-ounce drink. All for just $5.99. Make $5.99 your new favorite number with the $5.99 meal deal. Only at Subway.
How to spot a bull weevil. Bull weevils can work in groups, are highly intelligent, and thrive in any environment. And more important, every bull weevil has a bright future awaiting wherever they go. And that's how you spot a bull weevil.
A 6-run inning for Henderson State, and they lead 10-3 against Arkansas Tech. 10 runs on 11 hits, no errors. Reddies have played some good defense. 3 runs on 7 hits, 1 error for Arkansas Tech. Jay Hawley is now pitching for the Reddies. A junior from Queen City, Texas, out of Queen City High School. 8.2 ERA, 3 losses, 2 wins this year. In 16 appearances, he has pitched 18 2/3 innings, allowing 18 hits, 17 earned runs. He's walked 12 and struck out 21. And he'll go against the top of the lineup for the Wonder Boys. Wilson, McDearman, and Warden. Marcus Wilson has had a good game. A double in the 3rd and a home run in the 5th. He's 2 for 3. As that one misses low for a ball, 2-0.
Well, the book's closed on Tebbets for the evening. 6 complete, and he did get out of that 6th inning and got out really and unscathed. Looked a little touch and go there. As Tebbets gave up 3 runs on 7 hits, all 3 of them earned, but he got strikeout 3 as well, and puts it in a good position for Hawley. Well, I say that the Reddy's offense put things in a pretty good position for Hawley as well.
2-1 to Wilson. This is low for a ball, 3-1. We saw Southeastern coach Mike Matheny against Monticello yesterday have to use 7 pitchers in a situation where his team was down big. This might give Coach Hooten an opportunity to use some guys up big by 7. Hard hit ground ball, leaping grab by Jordan Taylor, long throw at first in time.
Top 10.
My, oh my, what a play. Jordan Taylor jumped as high as he could. And a long throw from the foul line.
And how about that camera work, too? My goodness.
Good work there from the crew. Hunter Mayall scooping it up to complete the play. Dylan McDearman at the plate. 1 out, base is empty. McDearman will take a strike.
Well, that's an interesting take, Michael, if Coach Hooten were to use any more pitchers here, because in order to get out of this tournament with the win, Reddy's going to have to win 2 tomorrow.
Sure. 0-1 is swung on and missed. And now it's 0-2. McDearman has been on base just 1 time. He walked in the 5th inning, 0 for 2 for the game.
Hawley, actually the 4th member of the Henderson State rotation.
0-2 fastball right down the middle. Strike 3 looking. McDearman is out, 2 down in the bottom of the 7th.
Can't look ahead too far, but let me give a little glance. Eschberger at least has a day's rest. And the adrenaline may still be with Chris Hunt right now after the no-hitter earlier.
Here's Caleb Warden. And that one is in just a bit low for a ball. Eschberger went 7 1/3 in that first game. The Arkansas Tech 3-2 victory over the Reddies. Gave up 8 hits and 3 earned runs. They'll be having to find somebody else to go to tomorrow. Warden hit by a pitch in the 5th, singled in the 4th. Scored on the Josh Watkins home run back in that 4th inning. He also grounded out in the 1st. He's 1 for 2. Take that one about chest level for a strike, 2-1. One thing's for sure, if this holds, we're going to have some offense tomorrow, I would think. That one's in for a strike, making it 2-2. Monticello won a game earlier, 8-1. As I said, Henderson has scored 10 runs for the 2nd consecutive game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And that one is swung on and missed. Catcher dropped the ball. Batter lost the bat. It ends up at second base. It's a strikeout swinging Caleb Warden goes down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. And after 7, it's 10-3. Henderson State with a lead on the GAC Sports Network.
College students often talk about changing the world after they graduate. We are on a mission to do just that while still in school, applying academic excellence in our chosen areas of study in a range of undergraduate, graduate, and health science fields inspired by Christian values. Then taking those values into the world, equipped and focused on our mission to change it and ourselves for the better. Harding University.
A new pitcher takes over for Arkansas Tech in the 8th inning as the Henderson State Reddies have a 10-3 lead here at Clyde Berry Field in Arkadelphia. 3rd game of the night under the lights, and that dog is locked into this one. Making sure he sees everything that happens here, including a couple of defensive changes. Ethan Taylor takes over on the mound, the senior from Arlington, Tennessee, out of Northeast Community College. And Kyle Love at first base. He's a freshman from Blanchard, Oklahoma. Numbers for Ethan Taylor this season. Joey's got him.
0 for 2. This will be his 14th appearance. Pitched 34 2/3 innings, giving up 41 hits, 19 runs, all of them earned. Struck out 19, walked 10. No saves. Long outing of the year back on April 2nd as he pitched 6 innings in a loss against Arkansas Monticello. And his last appearance was back May 2nd, the final series of the season at Harding, pitched 2 1/3.
A.J. Cruzel is up first, followed by Jared Gage and Luke McGuire. 6, 7, 8 in the batting order. Reddy scored a run in innings 3, 4, 5, and 6 and had the big 6-run 7th inning to break this game open. Cruzel with a bunt single in the 7th. Is that one? It's hard up against the backstop. There was an error on Caleb Warden, first baseman who just left the game there in that 7th. On an underhand toss to the bag with nobody covering. Cruzel also with a sac fly RBI in the 5th inning. Flew out in the 4th and walked in the 2nd.
You've seen games and innings where it seems like everything that could possibly go wrong does. That really wasn't the case for Tech. Just some little things, minor things. You know, dropped pitch here, extra base there, and then just a couple of nice hits.
There was not an extra base hit in the inning.
No.
How often can you say that on a 6-run inning?
Just move people around.
There were 3 walks and 4 singles.
And even with all that, just the 1 error.
2-2 to Cruzel is fouled out of play.
You know. Six runs, 4 hits, just the 1 error, but just the little things.
On the corner, called strike 3. Cruzel watched it go by. He was leaning out. Decided not to swing. I'll bring up Jared Gage. Gage still looking for his first base hit, 0 for 3. Walked once, scored a run. That was last inning. He's going to show bunt. We'll take for a strike instead, 0-1. That one right at the knees for a strike as well. It's 0-2. Mentioned that Henderson won all 3 games during the regular season. The conference games on February the 26th and 27th. Tech had taken the last 2 games. All of them very close games. 4 of the 5 decided by 1 run. The other one was a 3-run game that Henderson State won 6-3. Reddies had no part of that in this one. They didn't want a close game, although it was up until last inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jared Gage. Pitch from Ethan Taylor. Hit on a line to left center field. That falls. It's a base hit. And a little bit of trouble with it in center. A big turn from Jared Gage, but he will hold on with his first base hit of the contest. It's a 1-out single in the 8th.
Well, Coach Hooten had said from the outset this morning he didn't want extra innings. And by the way, Henderson State matching the 10 runs it had on the board in the first game today. 10-0 victory over Southeastern. And Henderson and Southeastern had played each other a couple of extra inning games. You talked about the close ones with Henderson State and Tech. And the Reddies and the Storm played a couple of extra inning games. And Coach Hooten, you know, and how do you get the win? You just don't want to go into extra innings. There's little chance of that today so far.
Yeah, he's found a formula today. 10 runs on 16 hits in the first game. And oh, by the way, a no-hitter from Chris Hunt. He went 9 innings, only walked 1 batter. He was a pitch away from a perfect game potentially. He walked Logan Terwilliger in the 3rd inning with a full count. He struck out 8 batters in the win. 1-1 swung on and missed, 1-2. They might just get to 16 hits in this one as well. They have 12 right now. And they will have the opportunity to bat in the 9th as well. They are the visiting team in this game. McGuire had a ground out RBI in the 7th. Prior to that, 3 walks with 2 runs scored. We'll take up high, and the count's even at 2. Monticello will be fully rested. Although they did have to use 4 pitchers in their very first game, but Snook, Johnson, and McFadden all went just an inning. After Zach McKnight went 6 and gave up 1 run, it was unearned. Walking 6 and striking out 5 in the victory over Southeastern.
Yeah, that really wasn't that much.
And then in their second game, they used 3 pitchers, but again, Aldridge and Bradford just went 2 innings each. McGuire strikes out. There's 2 down in the inning, and it brings up Alex Morgan. Ethan Taylor delivers a ball low, 1-0.
I think it's safe to say the Bull Weevils they'll be rested.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, it's anybody's game if it does go to the if necessary, but I think coming in, they'll be rested.
You mentioned there weren't just a whole lot of big hits in that 7th inning, no extra base hits. The biggest one might have been the 2 RBI single from Alex Morgan.
I think you're right.
Had a bunt single in the 6th. He also had a single in the 4th inning. Remember, it looked like he was a little upset with himself for not standing in to get hit by a pitch, and as you said, he's been swinging the bat really well, and he was able to turn it into 2 runs batted in.
Morgan and Mayall, the only 2 batters on this Henderson State squad to have 3 hits in this game.
1-2, fouled back, stay a ball and 2 strikes.
Mayall 3 for 5. With an RBI and 2 runs scored. Morgan 3 for 4 with a run scored and 2 RBI.
Here's the 1-2, and that one is up high for a ball, 2-2. Runner on at first. Ethan Taylor trying to get out of the inning. And that one will miss, making the count full at 3-2. Of the 12 hits for the Henderson State Reddies, 1 extra base hit, a double from Mayall in the 3rd inning, 11 singles. Payoff pitch upcoming to Morgan. Off a 1-hop. Shortstop has it. Over to first for the out. Connor Brady to the new first baseman Kyle Love to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit with 1 left on base. We are heading to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 10-3 Henderson State lead on the GAC Sports Network.
We explore dozens of complex subjects, but sometimes the world sees college students as being the same, lumps us together. That's okay, because the world may underestimate what we can do as strong, responsible, highly trained, and confident Christian professionals. And isn't that what the world needs? Qualities taught one-on-one and valued by us all in a place of faith, learning, and living. Harding University.
What makes Henderson a better choice in education? Is it the campus or the buildings? Is it class size or professors with PhDs? Is it the cost, the value? What is it about Henderson?
It's me.
A strong educational foundation from Henderson put Richard Jacobs on the road to becoming a doctor. Today, he's at the forefront of pediatric research and care. Henderson prepares today's students for tomorrow, because what counts is what you become. Henderson State University.
A new pitcher for the Henderson State Reddies in the bottom of the 8th inning. Henderson on top 10-3. After Jay Holly went a scoreless inning in the 7th, it is now Josh Henderson's opportunity. A senior from Fairfield, Ohio. Troy Mitchell was in on the recruiting perhaps for that one. The numbers this year for Josh Henderson, 6.75 ERA in 8 appearances. He's pitched 5 1/3. Of course, with a last name like that, he probably found the Reddies. Transfer from Ohio Dominican. He'll face Josh Watkins, Colin O'Neill, and Parker Odell. 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order.
Well, as you mentioned, just would keep the pitching staff fresh for tomorrow for whomever happens to come in.
Coach Hooten giving some guys some opportunities who don't pitch just a whole lot this year. The rest of those numbers for Henderson in 5 1/3 has given up 12 hits, 4 earned runs. He's walked 3 and struck out 5. Face a tough part of the lineup for the Wonder Boys. It's been quite the run for Arkansas Tech to make it to this point.
It really has.
They've definitely been the underdog. 24 wins and 30 losses. And you know what? Henderson with 30 wins and 24 losses. First pitch to Watkins. Eric Moyers told me, he said, make sure you call it a palindrome. 24 wins and 30 losses for Tech, 30 wins and 24 losses for Henderson State. But that's not what it is, right, Joey?
Well, with deference to our esteemed Associate Commissioner for Communications, those are actually, it's a reciprocal number.
Okay,
the way it's
I was
set
wanting
up.
to learn something here in the 8th. I set you up for that. Reciprocal numbers. That's
Yes.
right. You're right.
Just
Ball and a strike, and that one fouled back. 1-2 now the count. Watkins had a big hit in the fourth. It was a 2-run home run. He also had a high fly ball in the fifth inning that was caught by the center fielder. A major league fly ball as it just hung in the air forever. He struck out back in the second, so a 1-for-3 day for Watkins. 1-2 now the count for Josh Henderson. Fastball that misses high and outside, 2-2.
Even the way things are standing right now, and 10-3 the score, you were talking about what Tech has done and how impressive it's been. You get to the postseason, you make the most of the time that you have. You have that little number 8 down there by the ATU on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, standing for the 8th seed. Took care of business against the top seed. And then against the top remaining seed, the number 2 seeded Monticello Boll Weevils today, took that one 4-3. And it's not done yet.
Hard hit ball the opposite way will be a base hit for Josh Watkins, his second of the day.
You know, Coach Dawson said yesterday, he really didn't feel like that during the regular season that the team had done all that they wanted to do, and rightfully so. You finish 8th, or at least with the 8th seed, Oklahoma Baptist factoring in somewhere in there. You finish with the number 8 seed. It's just not the way you wanted to, but doing what they've done here in the postseason, it has to have a carryover.
Started the year pretty well also. They won a game against St. Mary's. They took 2 out of 3 from Missouri Western. Team out of the Heartland Conference and then a team out of the MIAA.
Right, but lost 8 of the last 12 during the regular season. Had a 4-game win stretch in there.
O'Neal will take for a strike. It's 1-1.
We get the opportunity to talk with all the coaches at the start of the season. Countdown to kickoff and first pitch and tip-off and first serve and you name it. We get a lot of really nice opportunities to visit with coaches before the season start in football and baseball and the other sports. And often I'll ask the question, what's the carryover? And I know some coaches will say there is one, some there isn't. There are times and there are moments that I think, though, have to have carryover. And I think in this case, for Tech, whatever happens, I mean, however far they go, if they're able to come back here or even if it were to end right here, something like this, taking this into the offseason.
High fly ball to right. Joseph Gary is underneath it. He's there to make the catch for the out. So that's the first out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 10-3. Henderson State with the lead on Arkansas Tech.
You put yourself in a position to succeed. And Tech, even though, again, coming up, I believe 9th overall in the standings with the Oklahoma Baptist not factoring into that, to the seeding for this tournament, you put yourself in that position to win. All you have to do is get there. And what you make happen from that point. So that's a sermon that can be preached. Get us there, guys. Through the regular season, just get us there. We'll make things happen from that point. You build and you grow during the season, as Tech has done here and is showing right now.
Designated hitter Parker Odell, 2 hits in the contest. Flies this one to right. Gary is going back, but he camps underneath it, and he's there to make the catch for the out. Just the 5th year of the Great American Conference, so it's fairly easy to remember some of the numbers and the records. It won't be easy in the years to come as the conference continues. Pitch hitter here coming for Arkansas Tech, Mark Vaughn, a redshirt sophomore from Salina, Kansas, is going to get an opportunity. But one thing, Joey, that we will remember 5-10 years from now, in the first year of the new format, we had an 8 seed take down the top seed, Southwestern Oklahoma State, on the road in Weatherford. And that will be something that will be a memorable moment for this Arkansas Tech team.
Vaughn batting .309. This will be the 30th game in which he's been able to be a part.
He replaces Connor Brady, who went 0 for 3. 2 fielder's choices and a strikeout.
And they don't need Brady's speed right now. They need the bat. Vaughn has 34 hits on the season.
Guys out of the bullpen have gotten the job done for Henderson State. Jay Hawley shutting him down in order in the 7th with 2 strikeouts. Henderson giving up a leadoff single, but since then 2 fly ball outs to right. 2 down in the bottom of the 8th, runner at first. Tech trailing by 7. This one skied to right. Gary, a long run down near the foul line and in foul territory. Makes all 3 outs in the inning. A leadoff single, but nothing more. 1 left on for the Wonder Boys. And after 8 complete, it's 10-3, Henderson State with the lead.
Opportunity begins here.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
Seize your opportunity. Soar to new heights with our nationally accredited aviation program.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern's renowned education program has launched thousands of teaching careers.
Seize your opportunity.
From occupational safety, health, and business to behavioral and natural sciences.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
SC.edu.
Log on now
and seize your opportunity.
A couple of defensive changes for Arkansas Tech. Over at shortstop now is Colin O'Neill, who was the third baseman. And Mark Vaughn, who just came into the game as a pitch hitter, will take O'Neill's place at third. And also a new catcher, Michael Post, a freshman from Mayflower, Arkansas, behind the plate for Blake King. So Coach Dawson trying to get some of his younger players in the lineup here in the 9th inning. They trail by 7. The Reddies have Hunter Mayall, Jordan Taylor, and Hayden Lessenberry at the plate. Top 3 in the lineup.
Mayall just avoided being hit by the pitch. This is his 6th plate appearance of the evening.
You wouldn't have thought that would have been the case early on, right?
No, not at all.
He has the only extra base hit for the Reddies. That was a double in the 3rd inning. Everything else singles. Ground ball on the infield. McDermott, the second baseman, throwing on the run in time. Over at first base, and that's the first out in the 9th. Jordan Taylor will now come to the plate. Wondered if we might see any pitch hitters for the Reddies, but not the case here in this one. Taylor hit by a pitch his last time up. That was in the big 7th inning, in which Henderson State scored 6 runs. He also had a sac fly RBI in the 6th. RBI single in the 3rd.
You know what, Michael? I don't think I would have expected any pinch hitters for Henderson right now. Just take it on home.
Diving stop. Mark Vaughn, the new third baseman. High throw. And safe at first base is Jordan Taylor as he runs over Kyle Love, the first baseman.
Made the nice stop. But the throw a little high.
He makes an accurate throw. The runner, Jordan Taylor, is probably out. And so it'll be an E5 on Mark Vaughn.
Little collision there at first base. Everybody's all right. And Lessenberry did get that elusive hit back in his 5th plate appearance. So the hit streak now at 11. He's reached base safely in 20 consecutive games.
It was a 2 RBI single.
And again, I wouldn't have thought he'd seen the plate 6 times tonight.
That one missing low for a ball.
Lessenberry also with a couple RBI.
Walked and scored a run in the 5th inning. Now the 1-0 is up high, 2-0 the count. Looking ahead, Monticello swept the regular season conference series against Henderson State, winning 6-3, 10-3, and 11-1. As that one was in for a strike, 2-1.
You know, that may be another reason to leave the starters out here, keep the bats going.
2-1 pitch is fouled out of play, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I'm sure it's not lost on Coach Hooten how his team performed against Monticello and struggled obviously to put runs on the board. Had a chance to visit with Coach Matheny, Southeastern's coach, prior to the series that they had with Monticello. Looked to be a big series at the time, and the Boll Weevils came to Durant and swept them. And I'd asked him about, you know, what do you do? And it seems like a simple answer. It's really not. We're going to have to score more runs than they do.
There you go.
Because he knew they're going to put runs on the board.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to be just the simple issue of, well, we're going to shut them down here and we're trying to do that. No, he knew that Monticello was going to put runs on the board. They were just going to try to get more.
There's a hard hit ball over the top of Colin O'Neill, the shortstop, a base hit. Hayden Lessenberry, back-to-back hits. His last 2 at-bats. And it brings up to Darius Hawkins. He's still looking for his first base hit of the contest. Came to the plate twice in the 7th inning. He struck out looking. That was the second time around. He walked, stole 2 bases, and scored a run the first time at the plate.
He's one of only 2 readies without a hit on the evening.
Fouls that one out of play for strike 1.
Of course, the other one being Luke McGuire, who, by the way, still has an RBI, scored twice, walked 3 times.
The giant Tadarius Hawkins foam board has made its way back out again. Hawkins to left field. It's playable for Wilson. He's there to make the grab. Second out in the inning in the top of the 9th. Runners will hold at first and second, and it brings up the right fielder, Joseph Gary. This game went back and forth from the 3rd inning to the 6th inning. Henderson State led 1-0 after 3. It was 2-2 after 4. It was 3-3 after 5. It was 4-3 after 6. And then the 6-run Henderson State 7th inning broke it open. Gary takes the first one, a called strike. And now on the 0-1, it's a ground ball picked up by O'Neill. Shortstop underhand to second to McDearman to end the inning. No runs, no hits. There was 1 error, and actually, sorry, 1 hit, and 2 base runners left on. We're heading to the bottom of the 9th. Arkansas Tech trails by 7.
College is my time to find myself and start my future. That's why I chose SWASU. Going up.
15 nationally accredited academic programs and nearly 100 clubs, all for me.
Thanks to this state-of-the-art nursing lab, he'll be better in no time.
And our brand new Pioneer Cellular Event Center for sports, concerts, and cool events.
All for me!
Oh, it's for me, it's for me.
The focus is you.
What's your lucky number? 7, 13. How about 3, 6, and $5.99? The $5.99 meal deal is here at Subway restaurants, and it's your lucky day. Pick from 3 different 6-inch subs with chips and a drink for just $5.99 at Subway restaurants. Think of the options: 3 different subs, your choice of chips, and your favorite 21-ounce drink. All for just $5.99. Make $5.99 your new favorite number with the $5.99 meal deal. Only at Subway.
It's the bottom of the 9th inning. Henderson State with a 10-3 lead on Arkansas Tech. They are 3 outs away from advancing to Championship Saturday, where UAM awaits. The Boll Weevils will need to win just 1 game in order to claim the title. Winner out of the losers bracket would have to win twice tomorrow. A new catcher behind the plate, Turner Sparks, replaces Jared Gage.
Now the new format, I'm getting used to Championship Saturday now as opposed to Championship Tuesday.
That's right. And Michael Post, who came in to catch last inning for Blake King, will be at the plate. 7 hits and 21 at-bats this season for Michael Post. One of those hits, an extra base hit, a double. And it's still Josh Henderson on the mound for the Reddies. 6 pitchers used for Arkansas Tech in this contest. The Reddies have used 3. Luke Tebbets in line to get the win. He went 6 innings, gave up 3 earned runs. Now 1-1 to Post. Bounces away, and I believe it hit our home plate umpire. It did.
Those 3 unearned runs, basically on 2 pitches.
That's right.
And I mean, those balls went a long way. But Tebbets did a great job of reining things back in. It looked a little touch and go, especially into the 6th inning. And runners on. Tebbets got himself out of a jam, closed out the inning without giving up a run.
I believe we have a fan with their headlights on, and our home plate umpire is asking that fan turn their lights off up above the grandstand area in the parking lot. Not that we want to point them out or anything. They're going to leave the lights on, but have 2 people stand in front until the lights go off. Oh, they're back on. Uh-oh. Maybe they've gone off. So a little delay there in the 9th.
Improvisation there to get things taken care of, though. That was really quick thinking to get over there. Okay, we don't have the keys to get in, but we can stop this.
There's a ground ball from Michael Post. He has a base hit. Well, I did say about the Reddies that their graduation was a week later. Maybe they had more class time, and those guys, well, heads up move there. Quick thinking. Brings Seth Wheeler to the plate.
That's what you do. You take care of business. You go past 10 o'clock then, and a fine night for baseball it's been. You want to get things closed out right. And even fan participation.
Well, the 8th inning started with a leadoff single from Josh Watkins, and then 3 fly ball outs, all to right field. Let's see what Wheeler does in his at-bat here. We'll take the first one for a ball, 1-0. Grounded into a double play in the 3rd. Has had a fly out to right. That was in the 6th inning, and also flew out to center field in the 5th. A 1-0 is a fly ball to right. Joseph Gary moving over just a little bit, there to make the catch. So that's the first out here in the bottom of the 9th, and the trend continues as Joseph Gary stays busy in right field.
He has been that of late, hasn't he?
Marcus Wilson coming to the plate. Big day for Wilson, a double in the 3rd and a home run in the 5th. Almost had a base hit in the 7th had it not been for the fantastic play of Jordan Taylor, jumping up in the air at 3rd. Long throw over to 1st, and Hunter Mayall was able to scoop it at the bag for the out.
We've seen some pretty impressive play here. I'd have to put that one, other than the collective play of Hunt in the no-hitter.
Sure.
You can't show every pitch, but we'll put that one as a nominee for the top 10.
And defensively, Henderson State has looked really good. That one misses the plate for a ball, 2-0. Pitching, hitting,
yeah,
and defense.
Guess so. The press box is reminding me of every other good play of the day. I'm still going to put that one at the top.
Well, there's been several for
there have been.
The Reddies, not only today, but yesterday included. Wilson trying to reach base for the third time in this game. He's got a 3-0 count to work with. Dylan McDearman waiting on deck. Wilson takes all the way for a strike.
He had the double in the third inning. This one had a double in the game before. Looked just about the same.
Wilson's definitely done his job in this tournament out of the leadoff spot. In the earlier game against the Reddies, he had a single and a walk and also scored a couple of runs. But you know what? Not only did he have a base hit taken away from him earlier in this game in the 7th, you want to talk about one of those big plays. He had a base hit taken away from him the first time around against Henderson. That was the Tadarius Hawkins grab against the wall in left center field.
Which Hawkins left his mark. Still out there.
Yes, you're right. Coach Hooten out checking on his new catcher, Turner Sparks. Athletic training staff will come out as well. Everybody just making sure we get to the 3-hour mark in this one. We're 4 minutes away. Hope Sparks is okay. Not really sure exactly what they're working on there, whether it's the wrist or the elbow. Worked on both. Of course, the starting catcher, Jared Gage, just came out of the game. Sparks is going to stay in the game for now. We'll make sure he can catch here before play resumes. Runner on at first and one out. Marcus Wilson is at the plate with a full count when play resumes, and a thumbs up has been given by Turner Sparks.
Everyone needs to be taken care of properly. That is important.
Everybody ready to go now. Runner is going. Payoff pitch is up high, ball 4, and so Post will advance to second anyways. And Wilson is on base for the third time in the game. First time he's been walked in this one. Sparks will go out to talk to Henderson for just a moment before Dylan McDearman comes to the plate. Arkansas Tech not done just yet here in the ninth.
We use that phrase, they're not going quietly into the night. It's definitely not happening here.
They've gone down in order only twice, in the first inning and in the 7th inning. So McDearman will take a strike. It's 0-1. No hits for McDearman in this contest. 2 ground ball outs. He walked in the 5th and struck out looking in the 7th. 0-1 is rocketed foul down the first base side, making it 0-2. Well, Joseph Gary says, you haven't hit one to me in a while. I'll just go ahead and field that. It won't be an out, but he's recorded the last 4 outs. After McDearman will be Caleb Warden. Set from Henderson on 0-2, and it's topped foul. .24-30, the record for Arkansas Tech. Henderson State was able to get to their 30th win of the season for the 2nd consecutive year earlier today. And they're just a couple of outs away from picking up win number 31. 0-2, swung on and missed. Strike 3. A win for the Reddies would put them 2 shy of their win total last year. They had 33 a season ago. And a pinch hitter here with 2 outs and 2 on. Actually, it'll be Kyle Love, who came into the game at first base last inning, a couple innings ago.
It's funny to think about that. 33 wins is as deep as the Reddies made the run into the playoffs. And the win total, and I don't say that properly, just 33.
Well, they got 6 wins past the conference tournament.
But that, and it's actually is a point I was about to make and was reminded of it up here. There were many games that were lost due to the weather. We talked about it yesterday that there were just 10 home games here prior to the renovations that took place. And now the Reddies well into, I think this is number 34 on the year at home.
Arkansas Tech down to their last strike of the season. It's an 0-2 count with 2 outs and 2 on. They trail in the bottom of the ninth, 10-3, as Josh Henderson tries to shut the door on the Wonder Boys. But Love is able to foul that one back to stay alive. Henderson wanting a new baseball, able to get it. Tech has not scored since the 5th inning when they put a single run on the board. They had 2 in the 4th. That one is swung on and missed. Henderson strikes out 2 in the inning. And the Henderson State Reddies will move on to championship Saturday with a 10-3 victory over Arkansas Tech, ending the Wonder Boys season at 24-31. Meanwhile, Henderson State goes to 31-24. Sorry, 25-31 for Arkansas Tech. Obviously, the big point in this one, Joey, that 6-run 7th inning.
Yes, it really was. Things broke open. Coach Hooten's talked about getting runs, trying to get the timely hits and scrapping runs out as much as he could, and it just blew things open there in the 7th inning. Well hit balls and just stayed on base, took care of business. Little things, actually, little things.
10 runs on 13 hits, no errors for Henderson State. It was 3 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors for Arkansas Tech. Our matchup is set tomorrow, Arkansas Monticello and Henderson State. From Clydeberry Field in Arkadelphia, Arkansas, for Joey McWilliams, I'm Michael Westbrook. This has been a presentation of the GAC Sports Network.